of 11, so we end up just going straight into it. But considering that TJ is still setting up, why don't we just do the picks and bans with you guys? Stay with me for about 1 more minute, and then we'll let you guys go, and you can go check out the nice fires on the mountains and highways here in lovely Burbank, California. So picks and bans is certainly interesting. Do you guys want to guess what the picks and bans are? Because I know what they are.
Yeah, it's gonna be the beast is gonna be banned from the both sides, and I think like one of the teams is gonna ban the druid, the other is gonna ban the rogue.
Oh, interesting. Ban rogue. Do you guys agree? Do you agree with that case?
Yeah, I think rogue is probably the best deck if you find the right build. I think the rogue builds right now are a little bit off.
Well, Naaman was spot on with one team has chosen to ban druid, but another team has chosen to ban warlock.
Wow.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that. Why do you think that is, Bunny?
Well, because it has two really strong archetypes, right? You have the kind of controllish version that we played, and then Zoo is also insanely strong. And they're so different that it's hard to cover both of them at the same time. And you just make your life a lot easier by banning out two strong archetypes that can do completely different things, though.
That's fair. I mean, I feel like a couple classes have that at their disposal too right now. Some can play, like, you know, Mage can play aggressive or control, but I think they both unanimously agree that Shaman is a deck that they'll leave out, which is interesting. Do you think the Shaman made a difference in the series for you guys?
Yeah, the answer is.
We need to get better at evolving stuff, but I think
Don't we all?
I think the evolve minions generally got a lot worse through the new expansion, because there's a lot of really understated battlecry minions or just cards that do a bunch of silly stuff in the higher mana costs, where you would always want to evolve to an 8-drop previously because they're just insane. You have like Rag the Lightguard, Tyrion, Alakia, all that kind of stuff. And now you just have stuff like, what is it called? I don't even know what the card's called. The 8 mana
Togwoggle.
Togwoggle. And stuff like that. You have stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? And they just don't really do much.
Messes you up. All right, so Bunny Hopper, you approve of the Warlock ban. So do you feel like Team Lovey Lots has the edge from doing something like that, leaving Druid open for Team Liquid?
I mean, there's a reason why we banned Druid.
Fair enough.
So
you're
I like
just
the
gonna
Druid
wait
ban
and see.
better.
Okay, like the Druid ban. Naaman, do you like this overall?
Yep.
Ooh, he approves. And Casey, what do you think about the Warlock ban?
I like druid. I think druid is just way too strong, and you can play 3 different kind of druids. It's just scary.
All right, so who do you predict then?
I want Show to win.
You want Show to win. They're thinking Show's going to win, especially because Druid is open. Well, thank you so much, Virtus Pro. Congrats on your victory. And now we're going to send it over to TJ over at the main dungeon entrance for a couple words with the teams.
Thanks very much. That's right. I'm standing by with Chalky from Team LUL. Now, after seeing that first match, the grueling match, you got to see some of the decks from the other teams. How does that make you feel about your own choices here going into your match?
Great.
Does it really, though?
Yeah.
Do you think that the other teams didn't prepare as well as you guys may have, coming in with 24 hours to submit decklist?
I think we definitely prepared harder than every team here, yeah.
And you're rocking your Team Liquid socks
I am.
and your Team Liquid shorts. Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why are you wearing this? What are those?
Thanks very much, Chalky. Good luck in your match. Let's head it back over here to Team Liquid. And, hey, dog.
Hey.
So how are you feeling about your match?
Pretty good. I mean, we're against probably the easiest team, so should be pretty easy.
Chalky is playing a little bit of mind games here with his Team Liquid apparel. Does that make you feel a little bit afraid?
No, I mean, he supports the winning team. It makes sense, right?
I guess it does make sense. And I asked Chalky the same question, but very little time to prepare. Are you guys feeling confident about your choices? You have anything crazy up your sleeves with Kobolds and Catacombs?
We just did the best we could with the time we had. I think we chose probably the best deck, so we're feeling pretty confident. Nothing too crazy, maybe. I don't know, we'll see.
That's what I like to hear. All right, we'll see, but let's send it back over to the desk with Frodan and Admirable to get into the match.
We have two teams ready to face off between Team Liquid and Team Lovey Lots. My name is Frodan. I'm joined by Nathan. That's Admirable Zamora.
Yo.
And Team Liquid will be splitting up the classes as so. Dog will take Hunter and Rogue, Show on the Druid and the Warrior, and Fino on the Mage and Paladin. Druid being available.
Yeah, mind you, even though the players are piloting these decks individually, we saw it last match, they work as a delegation to decide what ends up happening here. Sometimes you go with a specialist decision, but a new set's here. Specialist, I think, is off the table for now.
Love the camaraderie Team Liquid's been able to show this season in the comms. Love the interview from Dog. A little bit of trash talk, and of course, everyone knows that Dog is very friendly. It's just all for the bants, so to speak. And if there's definitely one team that can take it and dish it, is certainly Team LUL. But I think Team Liquid is certainly one team to be feared. But if you look at just the resume of the past year from Team LUL, you're looking at America's finest.
Indeed you are. This is Muzzy on the left with the #1 points earner in the Americas region. Zalay right next to him, the #2 points earner in the Americas region. And even though Chalky steps in and out of the tournament scene, he is one of the strongest performers there when he has practiced well.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think you can even just hear the way he helps contribute towards team dialogues, and he's really dominant in terms of the voice comms. But so is Zalay and Muzzy. They really chime in to get their opinion in there, and that's why it's such a pleasure to listen to them.
Yeah, Zalay going to be on Paladin Rogue, Chalky going to be on Warlock and Warrior, Muzzy going to be on Hunter and Mage. It looks like the classes are dedicated to their rightful owners. Zalay playing some more powerful stuff, Chalky what looks like could be endgame stuff, and Muzzy straight up on the aggressive stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, even though they all split it up, I really look forward to Team LUL's communication the most. I think that's one of the highlights in terms of the differences of Trinity Series over other tournaments. You get to listen into the comms, and Team LUL is one of the star teams for that. But in terms of performances, Team Liquid killed it in the regular season. They were dominating the leaderboards very early on and cruised to a very high seed.
Indeed they did. I do want to touch on the LUL thing you just mentioned as well. They have a very unique way of communicating at times, where sometimes it's very simple and straightforward.
It's unique.
And at times it's incredibly complicated. Sometimes I listen to them and I feel quite dumb. Well, other times I listen to them and I'm like, I'm learning.
So the irony of it is they actually tend to go so next level that it actually becomes very simple again. They're actually communicating very complicated levels of play through very simple sentences in a way that's very tongue-in-cheek. So actually, even though you're supposed to take it sarcastically, that is actually the right play. So an example is, I have 10 mana, I want to play a 10 mana card. Or I want to do the most damage. He doesn't have a taunt, I want to hit his face. But there's a lot more going on to it, and that's usually the way they try to drive certain messages home. Because when you're talking about team comms, a lot of times people start thinking, well, hey, Admirable, what do you think about this play? And then you start saying, well, this play is not good because of XYZ, and this play is bad because of ABC. What do you think is, more or less? And then they say, well, actually, what about this line of play? A lot of times you have to be able to drive one type of line of play for the entire team to focus on. That's what Team LUL is very good at.
Yeah, don't convolute the speech.
Yeah. That's why we cast, because that's all we do. We convolute the speech. There is dead air, we will fill it.
Sometimes. TJ and I love that silence, though. I feel like it creates the peril that I feel when I put myself in their shoes. I'm like, I have no idea what to do. I'm scared. Yeah. Minions are scary, and that's why I kill them. They're scary.
How do you think you and TJ would do against some of these? Do you think we get bopped?
Oh, we would destroy these kids. You kidding? I've seen you play Smash against them.
Yeah. In a game of Melee, I think I could take any of them. But when it comes to high-stakes card slinging children cards games,
I've been playing cards for longer than Muzzy's been alive. And that's why Muzzy is a lot better than me at this game.
Almost all of them are on the same age or so. They're all university students. I think Sho is I think Zalay and Sho are the oldest members of their respective teams. Let's kick it off. We're finally ready to get the series underway. We're going to begin things with Rogue versus Paladin. Paladin hasn't really changed too much because a lot of people are still experimenting with the deck lists. And we saw a lot of Murloc Paladin last series, and I still think it is definitely the strongest deck, at least going into the beginning of day 2. Everyone tested every other version of Paladin and said, maybe that's not that good and reliable. Let's just go to Murloc Paladin.
Yeah, I think it's going to take some time to trim out the fat from some of the new aggressive decks that are creeping up. At times, it's very difficult for them to find footing if there's current good aggressive decks. And right now, love you lots. See the Firefly in hand, very indicative of the fact that this is just straight-up tempo rogue. This deck typically performs very well versus Murloc Paladin because it's great at chewing through board positions and then snagging that tempo lead and abusing that tempo lead.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, Tempo Rogue is still so strong, even though people are enamored by the new Kingsbane. And I know you and TJ have talked a lot about it, but, some people have tuned in halfway. So let's once again kind of talk about the strengths of Tempo Rogue versus Murloc Paladin. you know, a lot of times people are trying to say one deck is favored against the other, but how do you think the new expansion has changed that dynamic?
A lot of it just comes down to the swing turns that you can have available. You know, I look back to Complexity's Murloc deck with Call to Arms in it. I think that could be quite a powerful card in a matchup like this, where you need to get multiple things on board at the same time. Not only that, but it provides you some value. And speaking of value...
Yeah, Sonya Shadow Dancer. This card is fantastic for some really high value plays. I actually really like Sonya in Quest Rogue, and I was playing some with Dog during the 10-hour marathon, the first series that was happening here in the background, and we were just like getting crazy Sonya plays over and over. Like even if you set up with cheat death, it's one of those scenarios where just like they can't kill it, but they have to kill it, and then if they kill it, they give you cheaper opportunities to activate your quest.
It has some nutso potential, that's for sure. Last night, one of my opponents, they just patches me like 8 times in a row with this card. And I was like...
Just cleared stuff.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that actually is something I didn't think about. I am dead. Just keep jamming them over and over again. I quite like the addition of it. It makes a lot of sense in Tempo Rook. You know, by the time you get a Vile Spine Slayer down or maybe a Bone Mare online, at every stage of the game, it offers you an opportunity to snag some value.
Right, and there's some powerful Battlecry minions. You mentioned Vile Spine Slayer. What about Bone Mare? What about the fact that you can maybe even just land another powerful sticky minion, Cobalt Skeelbane or Karen? Let's go ahead and start listening to the teams and hear what they're chatting about.
Would be pretty bad like this. Hydro. Yeah.
Yep.
Secret we want is not Noble, Redemption generally. Probably Redemption.
Has to be Redemption.
Yeah, Redemption's almost always the best. And just pass. If you want to coin Redemption, it's pretty bad. Best card for them is Tower Creeper, correct?
Swash, Deckhand, Firefly.
Wait.
Or Swash Double
Yeah,
Firefly.
it's probably never Sonya, right? But
we can't Swash, Deckhand, Firefly because...
the Sonya Deckhand is something I want to do. It's going to be incredible, right?
Well, the Sonya's on the Swashbuckler trade is what...
good.
I want to start with Swashbuckler.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
I think that's good. And then we're going to double Firefly?
I'm going to start with Swash and see.
Do that.
If we double Firefly, we don't have a dagger up for Deckhand. So I want a Deckhand Firefly.
Deckhand and trade, right?
What do we trade with?
Our face and the 1/1? What do you mean? Oh, we could trade in the Deckhand. Yeah.
We trade in the Deckhand because the Deckhand 1/1's a conditional, whereas Patches is...
I'm going to Firefly, Deckhand, trade Deckhand, push 1.
Yes.
That seems good to me.
That's interesting.
Coin that. I think it's worth it. It's just worth it, right?
Is it though? Like...
I mean, the chums are really bad, right?
Yep.
But like, what are we gonna do? You want a Rallying Blade and then Tidecaller coin it?
I want to think why they did that turn. Why did they trade the Deckhand instead of their dagger? Does that mean they have like another... No, they don't have another Deckhand actually. This was their last one.
Yeah. They just plan on not redaggering next turn, so they probably have Firefly SI. Right?
Maybe Naga Corsair?
Yeah, probably Firefly SI though. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I like the call, and then next turn Tidecaller and Rallying Blade.
Like the only play, I think. Hopefully we don't get. Hopefully we get some pretty beefy minions here. Like
1/3s.
2 drops, 1/3, 2 drop, even a 1/2 is fine. Pretty sure they have 1 drop SI though, but that's fine. Not much we can do about it. Yeah, it's fine. Average. Really sick actually though. So if they have 1 drop SI, that goes there, that goes there. They can full clear, and they'd have an SI and then 1 drop on board.
So we just...
And we can Rallying Blade.
Or maybe not, I'm not sure. It's a Sonya turn, right?
I think so.
It's gotta be.
So we can kill 5 minutes. It's definitely a Sonya turn.
It's definitely a Sonya turn, yeah. Let's...
Can I trade my Swash into his 2/1?
Yeah.
And then play a Swash?
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can, because we can't clear. We can't full clear.
Yeah.
Right? We can't full clear. I'm not wrong, right?
I saw you couldn't.
We have 4 damage.
I want to
they have
Swash.
5. Yeah, Swash, sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now we kill the Rock Wool.
Makes some sense to me.
What if we just keep our dagger and trade into the 2/2? That way we have dagger utility next turn if we want more mana.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I prefer that a bit more, right? This way we also have the option to dagger something else in case
We never Shadow Step Sonya, right? No.
No.
Okay.
This way we have the option to dagger something else, right? Because instead of a 2/1.
Wow. Let's talk about that card in the middle, the Corridor Creeper. And I'm not talking about Admiral's nickname in college.
No, he's not. A Corridor Creeper is a 7-mana 5/5. It says whenever a minion dies, if this is in your hand, reduce its cost by 1. And so 5 minions just died. Sonya's gotta die. And the Swashbuckler looks like it's gonna die.
This is 0-mana 5/5.
What the heck?
I mean, there's a lot of, everyone talks about the power of Think from Below. They talk about the power of Arcane Giant or even the new card Arcane Tyrant, but this is a card that went under a lot of people's radar.
Those are cards that reduce while they're in your deck, though. Corridor Creeper has to be in your hand. Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
What? The Vile Spine Slayer combos. If they even want, they have an opportunity to save it for later, but at the same time, it is their most powerful setup this turn. And they got some really good follow-ups. The Swashbuckler were able to nab 2 high-value minions, Spikered Steed, and the Crystal Lion. The Crystal Lion is honestly not that bad just as a 6-mana 5/5 Divine Shield, especially if your hand is as flimsy as it is without it. It's got a bunch of 1-mana tokens.
Yeah, this is a turn I think that Vilespine is possible, but I do think it's a turn where the 1-drops are possible as well. Although if they use the 1-drops, what that means is they're going to have to re-dagger rather than get a bunch of value from some of the stuff here. Because they do want to have a 1-cost card to actually combo with at some point, I would say.
Yeah.
But this is looking strong to me.
Yep, I like it. I like taking it nice and slow, try to answer a big threat. Turn 5 is a really big pivotal moment for the Paladin. So let's go ahead and tune in Team Liquid and see how they're going to respond.
Flame Elemental and 2 created by cards now?
Yes, that's correct. I'm not so scared.
No, neither am I.
Wow,
Right,
that's
Finja.
very good.
Yeah. We killed the 5/5, right?
Yep, Finja trade.
Jump the boy, right?
Yep. Here come that boy.
So, how many real cards did we say, guys?
They have 2 created by cards currently and 1 Flame Elemental in hand, so they have 3 real cards currently.
3 real cards, okay.
The 2 health guy.
The 2 health guy, right.
It takes it to 8, whereas
It's
7
8 versus 7.
7 puts it in the range of King's Rock Pool, so definitely 8.
There's also just War Leader plus Weapon, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, Steed the 1/2, push 4, done.
Do we ever hit them?
No, not with this hand.
They're low-ish.
They're kind of low.
Yeah, so we have SI, Shadow Step. We could draw Leroy. We could draw Cold Blood.
I don't think we hit. I think it's gonna...
We do spend our mana a lot these next few turns. So.
I don't think it's worth it to hit.
So if they do nothing,
On there is going to be pretty brutal.
Tried.
Let's go Scalebane Redemption, I guess.
Karim, I don't know. That's not a card.
Scalebane Redemption, right?
Yeah, that seems like the best. And hope they don't have Bone Mare.
Yep. It's the only play I see.
Scalebane Redemption. There's also Chom Scalebane.
I don't like Chum Scalebane. Doesn't do anything.
I mean, Scalebane happens, right?
Yeah. Scalebane Redemption is fun.
Yeah, they might kill it. So
So if they go Bone Mare.
If you go Bone Mare, we kind of lose no matter what. I think.
We'll lose unless we draw Tarim, I guess.
Yeah, so just play Redemption. It's like the best. I mean, next turn we can go Chum Tarim if we draw it, but at least the Finja gets buffed here, so it's a 5 attack. So next turn we can go with Steed, and we can't even kill the 3/8. So that's awesome.
we still do what we think we're gonna do.
I think we still Vilespine, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't change anything.
Let's see about this Flame Alley.
Yep. So you Vilespine it.
So we dagger that.
Yeah. We want our 1 because of
Sunkeeper Terra.
Sunkeeper.
No, we don't need 5 life here at all.
Nope. Not in the slightest.
A reason to Shadow Step anything?
No, we want to Shadow Step the thing.
Thing exactly.
In case turn, and if they taunt, it's pretty solid.
So this is their Bone Mare turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
In which case,
got those Shadow Step
do
out.
a lot of damage. Well, I don't know if we'll do it. We might Bone Mare instead. Oh no, we'll do it probably.
That.
Team Lovey Lots got the Bone Mare on 7 and decide against it. And for better judgment, I think they're absolutely correct in this position to push for game-ending damage next turn.
Not only that, but just the Vile Spine ensuring that they can play around the secret adequately. I think it's quite important. So Vile Spine's one of those cards just super powerful. And when they have Shadow Step in hand, like what card from Team Liquid really counterchecks this?
Well, it'd be coming up on the Bone Mare turn, but even if the Bone Mare landed, would that be enough for Team Liquid to come back in the game? Because the Finja would go down, and, you know, Lovey Lot still could be able to push through and stabilize.
This is looking quite dire.
Spectrum Steed is their best chance to survive, right?
Steed for extra life total. This is typically not the position you want to be in. It does a great job at this, but Rogue is a deck that really punishes these styles of investments in the board. Board tension is just not a thing you want versus Rogue. They punish that super heavily, and it's most important to just keep clear skies.
Do you attack with the Sphinja? Is it 3-8?
I mean, do they have an option is sort of what I'm wondering. I think they do, but all the options look quite poor.
Well, let's see if Lovey Lots has lethal subcapacity here. I don't think they do, because the Shadow Step and Vile Spine isn't enough.
Oh my.
They got some high-value cards in general from Paladin. 6 cost or more in all of them.
Yeah, this is just looking like a Bone Mare turn, I think.
Yeah.
It's quite good on that one because Sunkeeper Terra has not showed up yet.
Yep, and there's a good opportunity for the for Team Liquid to have played Sunkeeper Terram to at least stabilize a little bit on the board, get Finja to trade. Plus, they still have a very mean-looking setup here. Team Liquid needs a big draw if they have one.
Can Terram even get them out of this, I wonder? Well, that's not Terram.
I was thinking Tyrion, maybe. They can't even get past the 7. This Flame Elemental's too big. Game 1 goes to Love You Lots.
And fantastic use of Sonya in that first game. Every single time a minion dies on your side of the board, it returns to your hand as a 1-mana, 1/1 copy of that card.
Yeah.
And they did some work.
What about that free Creeper, right? That thing came out as a 0-mana 5/5.
Corridor Creeper, that was so nuts.
And something that Team Liquid probably did not play around at all. This is Team Love You Lots' specialty. They really like surprising their opponents. You may look at Team Liquid and especially look at Dog and think, well, you know, those guys also are capable of playing really fun decks too. But Team Love You Lots is also the one with the courage, for better or for worse at times, to bring those kinds of risky strategies.
I think it's a great recognition on Corridor Creeper because honestly, once you started seeing the trades pan out, it became so obvious how cheap that card becomes very quickly. And I don't think that was a card that was on many people's radar. Like I had seen zero discussion about that card prior to that moment.
Well, I had, and most people gave it a 1 star out of 5. Would not see play.
And instead, it was a fairly dominant card in game number 1.
Here's a highlight of the important moment from game number 1 that we're talking about. Sonya Shadow Dancer. After a friendly minion dies, gain a 1/1 copy of that costs 1. And Team Love You Lots, you can listen to their comms. They set it up perfectly. You might look like, well, they, you know, did they do everything? They just get lucky with all the swashbucklers. They specifically layered all of their plays with these kinds of plays, opportunities in mind so that they can have these big tempo swings. And just look at the payoff that they were able to do by having this particular setup.
And not only that, but this baited Team Liquid into playing that Finja afterwards, and that Finja immediately got stuffed. That was a very key turning point there, and Team Liquid losing Murloc Paladin this early to Rogue, that is something that I think you can often expect.
Right.
But how do they answer this back now? Because so far they've been thrown 2 curveballs, both with Sonya and with Corridor Creeper.
Yeah. Now we don't want to you know, try and misguide people here. It was very good that the Spiker Steve was able to come to the Rogue's hand. That really did stuff the Finja, you know, indefinitely. Didn't even get to attack that entire game. But granted, they even had that was because they had such a good pick of whatever they wanted, right? They had a good opportunity to grab tempo with Valspine, they could hold back on it. They had a good opportunity to play Bone Mirror 7. They held back on it because they found better lines of play that didn't exactly even need their normal optimal plays on curve.
Yeah, I think without that Stee, the game definitely is more difficult.
Right.
But Valspine Shadow Step is going to do a ton of work versus Paladin almost anyway.
And they didn't need it.
Yeah.
It's the crazy thing. So we're going to game number 2. A little switcheroonie here at the Trinity Series. We do have different pilots, even though they do help each other. Most importantly is who is going to be the one under the gun if time pressure is at hand. There will be a few decks that require a little bit of nuance. And I am looking forward to see how Team Liquid will time this Druid, because Team LUL, they weren't born yesterday. They very well know, just like everyone else, that Druid is pretty much one of the top dogs on the totem pole. You'd want to take him out along with Priests. So by leaving Druid open, is Team Liquid expecting that, and will they mistime it because of it?
You know, knowing the 3 players on Team LUL as well as I do, I think something that may have gone in their mind is people aren't going to practice Druid that much because it's already very strong. Yeah. And so we can construct a Druid list that we think is more accurate on that guesswork because people, I think, will be quite reluctant to practice it. Yeah, it's just already very powerful. So then what can they bring in preparation for that?
One of my favorite things to do when an expansion releases is check some of the forums. The subreddit, for example, for Hearthstone has a couple of very dedicated stream feeds that like to watch all the streams, all the social media, and basically collaborate all of the deck lists from popular players and content creators. And what ends up being really fun to watch is seeing what is the most popular classes, and it's usually the least played classes that get the most innovation. For example, Hunter, right, was one of those big things that people wanted to play. But yesterday, when I was looking at the lists, almost no one was playing Druid. So if you end up bringing Druid to the table here, is anything going to change? Did you just slap Arcane Giants into Jade Druid and call it a day?
Did you even do that?
Or not Arcane Giant, Arcane Tyrant, excuse me.
Arcane Tyrant.
Right.
I gotcha. I don't really know, honestly. Like Druid, I think is a pretty wide open class. I toyed around with it a bit yesterday. I was playing a non-Jade version, if you can believe that, with Oaken Summons. And the goal was to get the 3/6 taunt that can only attack if you have 3 more armor.
I like it.
It proved quite a solid defense, but I was having trouble closing games due to the fact that I didn't have the inevitability. So it is, I think, is open class right now. I would still think that Jade is probably going to be the driving force of Druid until the rotation happens, but Rogue can oftentimes be quite good versus Druid. It does require a fairly strong set of cards, but they certainly have 2 of them with Vilespine and Shadow Step. Those are cards that can be very vital in the matchup.
I do want to point out one thing. If you are tempted to craft Twig of the World Tree, do not do it. I sat down with some of the most brilliant combo players in this studio and tried to make it work for about an hour, and we just lost. I don't think we won a single game. When we definitely tackled the deck list. The deck list looked good, but the card itself was just not very good.
I will also recommend to you that if you want to craft Golden Corridor Creeper, that maybe you want to wait.
Hold off. It's a Golden Epic, first of all.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
There's no way they just open these, right?
Well, these are super accounts. So these are tournament accounts.
I didn't know that. Okay. That makes me much more comfortable with my...
Delay did not craft 2 Golden Corridor Creepers on the second day of expansion. I don't think he did that.
I was like, wait, just wait like a day. Like,
yeah. Well, he's making a front-loaded investment, right? So that he has better outcomes with Corridor Creepers, so that way he can pay it back when he wins Trinity Series.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and listen to Team LUL. Their hand is awfully clunky this game.
No. No, actually, no.
There's 1 mana.
So we're expecting probably Meyer Keeper to be their other keep.
We could trade. And
That's the keep.
Could be Wrath.
That's the Meyer Keeper.
Okay, so we can trade and play.
Wait.
What?
Why do we want to trade? What if we creepered and hit him?
Okay.
I'm not too crazy to play Voldemort yet, because we can do a turn with 2 probably pretty soon.
Alright, what are we expecting them to do next turn?
Well, they're going on 6, so it's probably a Nourish turn. It's a what?
I was going to say Chaos turn.
Yeah, they don't have a curve on 6. Unless they're Jade, but we think they're big.
Why does 4 and why does Voldemort sound bad?
Because we're trading our 3.
Well, why do you think they're big? I see Galaka in Jade way more often.
Well, it's Meyer Keeper.
Yeah.
That's in Jade.
Okay.
It's in both. I see it being Jade. I'm just thinking that
it's unclear whether it's Jade or Big.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just thinking that against.
I like getting use out of our Tar Creeper.
I want a Tar Creeper and push 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to do that, Muzz?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine.
Yeah.
It is not fine.
Yeah, I know what you guys mean. It's just like, yeah. I wasn't like too big on the other play. It was just like, you know, a play we could do.
Yeah.
We don't attack.
Yeah, just do it and pass. Seems good.
Right. Team show coming through.
Don't shuffle. Don't shuffle. Nice. Nice
Wow.
and easy. Nice and easy. All right. Let's see if that was.
Yeah, this is not a big ramp druid. In fact, it is a Jade druid with some token synergy with the Mark of the Lotus, and that is a pretty big board for turn 6. Team Love You Lots had an opportunity to play a Corridor Creeper pretty early, 4-mana 5/5, ahead of the curve, statted really well.
These are 2 free Corridor Creepers, if I'm doing this right.
If you...
Southsea Deckhand, 3/3 plus patches goes into 4/4. You put Southsea Deckhand plus face into 3/3, and that is 5 minions that die. So then you get to play 2 Corridor Creepers and Redagger.
I like it. Not for free, but close.
You spend all your mana.
Which actually feels even better than being free.
Now the question is, do you want to hold one of those Corridor Creepers to maybe Vilespine Slayer? I don't know. This is a very weird card that I have to say has caught me off guard.
Right.
A lot.
And something that just we are not accounting for. Very powerful swing turn. This is kind of exactly what you wanted these cheaper minions to do, right? That's what Think From Below does really well. That's what Arcane Giants do really well.
That is nuts. I can't believe what I'm looking at.
Team Liquid thought they dominated the board, right? They were even talking in their comms as if they already had won the board and consequently will win the game.
And now it's looking like they are not in that position at all. I mean, this ramp is kind of stuck here with the Malfurion. I do think the Malfurion is still quite powerful, but I mean, you're looking at a return serve from Love You Lots that is quite big.
Right. I mean, they can stall. I mean, in the end, Jade Druid does have that inevitability against the Rogue. It's up to the Rogue to be able to out-tempo the Jade Druid, which it can do through Vilespine Slayer very easily.
Yeah, I mean, Love You Lots, honestly, like a 1-cost card is one of their best draws at the moment. Quite weird to say, but
yeah,
it's looking very good. Team Liquid, I don't know what they're supposed to do here. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to get to be safe from a Bone Mare turn. Maybe they go Poisons?
You think these guys are spider gamers?
They might have to be in this spot.
Looks like they don't do that. They choose the Scarabs instead. Let's go ahead and listen in. Love You Lost picks up that 1-mana card.
Considerations around...
I mean... Yeah, so... What are the considerations around
Full Blood the Tar Creeper, Vilespine the 4/4.
Yeah.
Do value trades with our 5/5s. Push.
You can clear.
3.
You could clear or push the 3.
What is clearing?
No, we push.
So
yeah, that's
let's talk it through. But
Alright, I want to Cold Blood the Tar Creeper.
yeah, no, I see the play. It's just why. So what's the argument for pushing versus trading into a 3/4 and daggering it?
You have 1 Lotus left as a reason to trade.
Right.
I don't think that's a good reason.
I don't think that's a good reason either.
Yeah.
I just want to want to cover it.
I don't want to Shadow Step
the
anything.
reason
Good.
The reason they took non-poison is because
MC Tech is the reason.
There's a million reasons. Backstab SI.
Okay, let's do
Can
the
I do
turn. Yeah, MC Tech is a reason to trade.
I don't.
Not into it.
Okay.
Not pinning anything with my dagger, am I?
Keep the dagger.
Keep the dagger. Makes sense to me.
Awesome Spirit. Just take the damage. What else?
Next turn, Kun.
Yeah, I don't see anything else. Right? So we take 10, 16, 17. Yeah, no, I don't think we're dead, but Bone Mare would really hurt right now.
Painful.
Yeah, there's nothing better. Just it. So what are good draws? Infest is a good draw. Do they have value trades? I mean, Kinda,
cares?
not really.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's
Bone
possible.
Marrow, that's gonna hurt. If we went with poison spiders.
Okay. That do anything?
It gives us another Vile Spine if we wanted.
We can Bone Mare this turn and Sonya the Bone Mare next turn.
We can Sonya some stuff next turn.
So what are we Bone Mare?
We're setting up for the UI is what we need to think about.
Bone Mare gives it taunt, so it goes on a worm because we want the.
How much are we hitting face?
All of it.
Hold on.
We
Let's
could take
think
a
about
VT.
this. Let's think about this. What if we Bone Mare the Tar Creeper? Right?
One more taunt to protect my Vile Spine.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, and like
many options.
potentially value trading the Vile Spine and our
I wanna-
dagger into the.
I want to
3/4.
Bone Mare now and look at value trades.
Yes.
I'm going to Bone Mare this and hit him in the face with it.
Well, Bone Marrow, and let's look at VTs.
So I think we take the VT with the Vile Spine.
9-8 to
into the 3/4.
face. Yeah. Into that. Yep. Hit that.
9-8 face. And
Face.
then the other two face as well.
Face.
Yeah, face.
Makes a lot of sense. We just max protect the.
This should be the best into UI.
Weaker to like swipe.
The 2-3 right now gets to our 3-1, unfortunately.
Fine.
And in that case, we're a little off lethal. Now they're thinking about the UI.
So we're swiping the 5-4, and we're leaving up just the Bone Mare, and we're armoring. Is that correct?
Wiping the 9-8?
No.
The 5-4.
Yeah,
and
swipe
then-
the 5-4 and then leave the Tar Creeper up, you mean?
No. The 4-4 goes into the Tar Creeper.
Yeah.
The 2-3
yeah,
goes
yeah.
into the 9-7,
that's
and the
right.
5-5
right.
goes in there. So you
Mhm.
swipe the 5-4.
Swipe the 5-4, leave the Tar Creeper up.
No, not the Bone Mare.
Yeah.
You want to play the Arcane Tyrant or not? Do you want to armor? I don't want to play the Arcane Tyrant, but
I want to play it too.
what do you guys think? We're only dead to Leroy.
I think we should play, like,
we
I
should
think
play
we're
it.
desperate
Yeah,
right now,
we have
right?
to get bored. If they play Scalebane, we'll lose, so it's just too important.
We don't lose if they Scalebane.
Huh?
Scalebane, we lose?
No, we would if we didn't play the Tyrant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to play something.
Do we Shadow Step the
Hold on.
Slosh or?
Well, we want to Sonya the Bone Mare, I think, right?
Yeah, I see. We can Sonya.
So we do want to Shadow Step it then, right? Or do we want to Shadow Step the Bone Mare later for next turn?
That's what I'm thinking. The later.
Okay, I want to play
wanna
Sonya
and
and
trade the Bone
trade the 4-4, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could trade the 7-7.
We could trade the 7-7
Claw
with our face with Claw, yeah.
That's
do you want to
better.
do that's
That's
better? Okay, let's do that.
Way better.
We're going to play the Bone Mare and Shadow Step it, right?
You're going to cast Claw.
You're going to Claw the 7-2.
And you're going to hit the 7-2.
You're going to Bone Mare the Sonya.
Wait, no, we don't want the Sonya to die. Bone Mare the 1-1. Bone Mare the 1-1.
The 1-1. Okay.
Shadow Step the Bone Mare.
Yeah.
We're weak to UI right now. We ever... We want our bone... Wait, do we ever leave the Bone Mare there?
No, because it's easier to...
Wait, but we have Sonya. Wait.
Shadow Step it.
Okay.
I was just thinking, like, right now, they're... Like, we never beat UI.
Yeah.
So, Bone Maring up the... Like, either of
Plays
the
around with
5-5s
Wrathy things.
Plays around Wrathy
Wrath,
things.
yeah. Swipe Wrath.
Holy smokes, Bone Mare Sonya is so good!
Bone Mare with a lot of things is really good, but especially with the fact that you can get a second or third Bone Mare, maybe even more, depending on how things are going. I mean, hypothetically, if you're able to set it up correctly, you could get infinite Bone Mares with Sonya.
It'd be quite a difficult task, but I mean, this is fairly eye-opening. I mean, you could do something crazy like backstab your own minions as well. Like, obviously, the trading in has been very valuable, but Lovey Lots has just done a great job, I think, at combat planning. And that combat planning is vital. If Sonya's in your deck, you have to be picture perfect for the timing on this card.
Yeah, now you just play the odds and percentages as well as the best and worst outcomes. You play the ranges, play the percentages, and that's what Lovey Lots has set up to the point where Team Liquid has awkward trades.
And look at this, the Swashbuckler protecting the Sonya means that Lovey Lots gets a Swashbuckler back if they trade this off. And that's Leroy! That's 6,
that game?
That 11, 12, 13, I count 14 damage.
Yeah. that is it. Love You Lots is able to withstand the Druid Rampage early on, flip the board, and ride that momentum to victory.
That is crazy. And there wasn't a way that Team Liquid could have prevented that. If they trade in, they still take that 5 damage because they have to face tank the 5/5 in order to do it. And I was saying it all match 1, the team that takes a 2-game lead has been fairly dominant in sets throughout Trinity Series.
Especially if it's in the very beginning, too, just because it helps them really open up their plan. They can have a lot of diverse answers to their opponent's decks versus their opponents lose more and more options. And here's also another thing, too, to consider is that was the flex spot in the bans. The big difference between how they set up their lineups for this series in particular was that Love You Lots gave Druid to Team Liquid. And Team Liquid was like, oh my gosh, they gave us Druid. Wow, I can't believe it.
And Druid was a counter pick to the Rogue.
Yeah, they even had an opportunity to line it up correctly. And I was asking, did they time it correctly? And even if they felt like they did, it did not go their way. Team Love You Lots on the verge of breakthrough. And this could be more than just a little bit of bleeding. This could be a giant open wound.
This is how we've seen them go in Trinity Series. When a team takes 2-0 lead, is we've often seen it snowball out of control. I'd say about 1 out of every 6 times the series was brought back and overcome from this deficit. And I still think that Team Liquid has strong decks against Rogue. That is the nature, I think, of a last trio standing lineup, especially with classes this deep. You have to have multiple answers to Rogue, or it will sneak away with these styles of matches.
You heard it from Virtus Pro during their post-game interview. When we were doing picks and bans and they were doing some commentary, they're like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rogue being banned, because I think after we saw its strength both in series and we're seeing more play with it, it's a nutty class. And that's not even necessarily its best archetype. Here's a little review, excuse me, of that big play we were talking about with setting up Sonya and the Bone Mare, sequencing everything meticulously. You can hear that they were even debating, like, how do we pull our Bone Mare back? Because by shadow stepping, that means they can't trade it off and get it back immediately, and then they lose a shadow step value on something else. Should we shadow step our Swashbuckler and get another card because we have extra mana usage there? It was a lot of questions to be had there.
Yeah, and even though that Bone Mare is 1 mana, 1/1 with the Sonya, once you put it in the board state and then change that board state, it goes back to its original form, which is the 7 mana 5/5 Bone Mare.
Right.
That's why it costs 5 mana in hand, and they weren't able to play it immediately afterwards.
And a lot of times in that scenario, I consider going for another Druid card because I'm like, I want to be able to use my mana. I'm able to pick up something for better tempo, or even fill out my mana usage the following turn. And because I play my Bone Mare on board, so it's a very interesting set of decisions. Where in a parallel universe, it could have gone a different way had they chosen a different direction. But in the end, what was core to the game at that moment was Druid able to withstand the Rogue's turnaround? And they were not able to. They were looking for an ultimate infestation. They were looking for some way to stall. Their spreading plague was stopped as well, or their scares were stopped as well. So Team LUL is looking very good.
Yeah, Corridor Creeper it's surprisingly powerful, and the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Being able to punish a post-spreading plague turn, being able to set up strong into spreading plague in a lot of situations. Just the fact that that extra 5/5 body required so much attention from Team Liquid on those turns. Plus, they dealt 10 damage. I like the way this is built, and I have to look at what's missing so far. We haven't seen Sarnac Chain Gang. Yeah. We haven't seen Cobalt Scalebane. We haven't seen a Cairn. I'm curious how this Rogue deck is built exactly, because it looks very tight so far.
Yeah, I fear not a teammate or a team dynamic that shows frustration or anger or anything that exudes that type of range of emotions, as much as I do complacency. If you're taking it too easy and thinking Jade Druid is just a deck that you've got figured out, and it's a deck that you don't have to worry about, and then all of a sudden you get the opportunity and you're still like, meh, because I was listening to Team Liquid talk about it, like, do you want to play Jade Druid? Like, nah, I don't really feel like playing Jade Druid. It's like pretty blah. And they're like, I want to play a little more exciting deck. That's what they were talking to each other about, stuff like that. And now their big opportunity, their X factor in the series is gone.
Yeah, but if you can't beat them, join them, I think is the old saying. And
wow,
the old Keliseth Shadow Step captain here. You throw this Chain Gang back, and you open up nuts and look for big patches to swing. In this matchup, Vilespine's a very powerful card. Having the 1-drops is very powerful. Keliseth's very powerful, But in my opinion, Sato really changed my mind on this. He said that the South Sea Captain and the SI7 agents and the backstabs are really the big catalyst to this matchup. And after seeing it play at DreamHack, I very much agree with him. I think that Captain is one of the #1 cards. I think that backstab and SI7 agent together is another one. No doubt that Keleseth and Shadow Step is very strong, but sometimes this combo doesn't work out. You'll draw a lot of big minions in a row, and then you're left with nothing. But since they have Captain.
Yeah, the big thing is if they can follow their curve. If you end up skipping a turn, God forbid skipping 2 turns after you Shadow Step and Keleseth, then you end up falling so far behind that your tempo gain from being able to have like a 7/7 scale bane isn't going to matter if you skip 4 and your opponent developed on you.
Yeah.
And also because you lose a card, because the Shadow Step doesn't actually translate to anything. It just translates for the future turns. You're investing into it. Very similar to Wild Growth.
Yeah, this hand here for Team Liquid, I think, is on the verge of a blowout, though. Being able to summon a patches as large as it will be in this instance with Captain is just that is pretty nuts. Right. That is oftentimes game end.
Yeah, and you know, Team Liquid is thinking about it, and some people might be looking and saying, why are you even considering whether or not you do this? It's because, you know, they have opportunities to use the coin next turn. They can still Shadow Step Keleseth on 2, and Captain on 3, and then save their coin to even play Killbot Scalebane the following turn.
Let's go ahead and listen to Love You Lots. That is a lot of pressure to face down this early on.
Coined it because they have
Yeah,
2 1s.
So we need to kind of be the aggressor, right? We need to somehow gain tempo. We've got cards to let us do that. We want to hit Bone Mirror before them, which now we do because they use the coin.
Okay. How about punch the 2/2, go face with Firefly?
I want to kill it.
Why?
Substat.
Shadow Step again, yo!
I mean...
You want to push that 1 damage?
And if they go face, then we have Dagger to punish the 2/2, and then we have an extra 1/2. Like, we need more.
They know about the Dagger, but yeah.
Yeah, then it would be just us netting 1 damage.
But we play around a buffed patches trading this turn.
That's true.
I don't think...
We're going to play patches a lot this turn, and we play around.
Yeah, then we backstab SI and punch the 2.
Okay, let's go face. Let's go face.
Go face.
I like Muzzy.
Oh god.
It nets more damage.
Why is this so god? We have
I know it
backstab
nets
SI.
damage, but
it nets us health too, right? Because on the patches.
I mean, if they trade, obviously, it's just doesn't net us. Doesn't net us health because they hit face with the 2/1 now. The big guy. Oh, it does net health because it's a 3/3 and it traded.
Yeah, the 3/3. Good.
So we kind of have to go backstab SI, clear the pirates.
Yep. Yeah. See, now we have a 2/1 against the SI7 agent where they'd have a 3/3 versus it since they took the value.
Smart, Muzzy.
I know I'm smart.
So smart, though. You know that.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Kill these pirates so they're dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. This guy is a popular streamer.
What do we get punished by?
I think I like Captain Face more.
Yeah, Captain Face.
I think Dagger's too slow. Like, he'll just
Yeah.
clear his minions or what?
Captain Face?
Yeah, it's
the pirate's code.
He can go for the value trade. It's the only thing on the 2/1, but not that good. I'm really scared of those 5/5s. Terrifying.
Oh, we kind of want to set up a Shadow Step Vile Spine.
No,
sort of.
I kind of want to trade Shadow Step right now.
I want to trade
Okay,
Shadow
yeah,
Step
yeah,
right
my
now.
bad, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that wants me to Dagger, and then we're done.
No Flame Alley?
I wonder.
We want that for the
We
Vile
could
Spine.
save the SI. We could trade Shadow Step Tar Creeper.
Nah, I like clearing, I think.
We could not Shadow Step and just Tar Creeper and take the value trade.
Whoa.
It's weak against deckhand because
We've got double buff guys coming in hot. We need to somehow seize board really hard, get lucky, and
really
win.
bad to deckhand.
Yeah, Tar Creeper is so bad.
Let's... I think we're going to do the play you guys first thought of.
Okay.
The Shadow Step and the things.
Shadow Step and clear.
So it's just Dagger and kill him. That's it.
could captain and trade for an extra 3/3 on board.
This guy's
I like that.
No,
Too late with the rope here.
Okay. Keep the.
Okay.
So Team Liquid has yet to truly cash in on their double kill set, and they're going to have to wait yet another turn in order to do that.
Yeah, this is getting actually somewhat scary for Team Liquid. You know, you heard Lovey Lots talking about they need to snag board and seize that pressure and take advantage of it. This is a great opportunity to get in front of that, but they're still very far off from taking in full advantage of this double buff. You know, Leroy is helping a bit since it's at 8 power right now and Lovey Lots is at 18, but if they get this under control, Team Liquid's in trouble.
Yeah, they have the patches still from their South Sea Captain. They can pull out this turn and get a full board clear.
How valuable would that extra 3/3 have been in this spot as well?
From the last turn?
Yeah. They talked to Muzzy at the very end, mentioned, what about South Sea Captain get the extra 3/3 on board? Yeah. And they said not enough time with the rope burning down.
Yeah, and they could have set up Tar Creeper this turn, had Flame Elemental Valve on the next turn.
Yep.
So many.
Here's a nice thing, though. They picked up the Corridor Creeper, so now that thing might be another way to make up the tempo difference from the Shadow Step and Keleseth combination from early. And Team Liquid, can they bounce back from that great high, emotional high to now this very awkward emotional low? Because they're at the mercy of Lovey Lots' development.
Yeah, still a very similar situation since the one thing you expect from your opponent in this spot is like a Scale Bane, but suddenly the damage is starting to become real and a little bit scary.
Okay. I mean, the South Sea Deckhand's a very big swing on the board.
I'm curious if that could just justify going face.
Let's see, they have 8 damage from Leroy, 4 from the South Sea, 12, 14 from Jade Shuriken, 15, 16 with the dagger over the course of 2 turns. Their opponent's at 16 health. I'm just telling you the facts.
It's 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, 2 dagger hits is 8 damage, right? 2 dagger hits with the South Sea Deckhand and the Jade Shuriken is 8 damage, right? So then you combine that with the Leroy, and that's 16. So you are looking at like a Tar Creeper standing in the way and maybe brutalizing that game plan.
Right.
But if I'm in Team Liquid's spot, I have to wonder why Tar Creeper hadn't come down yet so far. So I think that is on the radar for Team Liquid. And me personally, I think I would have ended up seizing this already and not putting a ton of thought into it. The double Keleseth buff in this instance would pay off literally with the Deckhand and the Leroy. And that's exactly where they're going to go.
It's going to pay off, though, by Jade Shuriken to the face and dagger to the face. It's a very obvious read on what's going to happen here. Lovey Lots today for the 8 damage Leroy. Let's go ahead and tune in and see how Lovey Lots is going to deal with this.
Can do that.
Trading makes sense. We can kill 3 things, which will make our Corridor Creeper.
Do we want to value trade with the deckhand?
What?
To a
Wait,
1/1?
what do you... Oh, yeah, we have Captain buff. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to start with this.
Oh, yeah.
That happens. Yep. Deckhand.
So we go 1, 2, 3.
Wait, can we ever set up lethal somehow?
That's what I'm wondering.
So we do that every time. We're going to Tar Creeper every time.
Yeah.
But I think we need to save the Flame Melee.
3, 6.
No, we're not really. 6. So there go to 23, and we have 7, 12.
Wait, we can't set up.
No, not at all. So let's save the 1 health. Let's save the 1 health. Value trade. No.
This goes face.
Yeah. That one goes face. VT with that one. And then play 5/5. Go face with dagger.
Yeah, just keep the Flame Melee.
Face with dagger for sure.
The corridor could have cost 1 mana.
No, this is more better manualization.
So they're looking to Vile Spine our taunt, trade, and say,
And we have to rip the
yeah, lethal again.
Yeah, just some of these, but we don't box up, right? I mean, 1 card is Flame Elemental, like, come on. Just one time.
Just give us that bone mare. It's so spicy.
Yeah.
Truth is found.
If we don't, nah, we always VT.
You have to. You die.
No, we don't die to Leroy.
Leroy is 8.
Yeah, I know, but alright, I want the VT, 100%.
Yeah. Go.
Face.
Go. Alright, we have...
Corridor, please.
We have
Voldemort, 1 time!
We have lethal next turn.
I feel like we...
How much damage are we taking this next turn?
So if we backstab Khaleset, they are one off.
They're one off if we backstab Khaleset.
Many options.
So our only out at that point would be a deckhand. Right? That is our only out to this game.
Shadow Step? No, Shadow Step. No, it's not enough mana. We don't have enough mana.
Our only out is deckhand for this game after we do Prince Khaleset. Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think that's the line, right? How much damage? Let's see. 5, 10, 10, 16, 17, yep. Okie dokie.
That on board. Okay. We know that the leftmost card is 8 attack Leroy, almost certainly. And the other one's what they drew.
Okay.
Let's play that stuff.
Only play.
Yeah. I don't think there's any reason to do anything else.
Yeah. So, the only thing is if we could have played the 1-2 earlier.
Do we...
It didn't make any sense. Just put them to 1.
Yeah. Now they can't ever do anything into the taunt.
So they can Leroy and Shadow Step it. That's their max output.
But that's not
it's
lethal.
Not enough. Yeah.
It has to be something weird, but it can't be. Is Team LUL the best? Scientific studies show. Well, it's up in the air, but.
What? I want to see the results of that study.
Yeah. Why do doctors hate him?
Is it 2 Voldemorts equals victory?
I don't know, but they are on a tear away with this one. I mean, that was quite unfortunate in the very early game to run into the situation that Team Liquid did, but that's exactly what can happen with that double Shadow Step on Khaleset. It's a lot of investment into your cards to rely on the strength of your draw.
Right, and they were not able to capitalize on the double Khaleset Shadow Step until the Cairn. Everything else was just vanilla stats. So congratulations, you lost an extra card for nothing, essentially.
I'm curious if the Corridor Creeper replaced Cairn in that situation. You know, if Team Liquid had Corridor Creeper in that spot, they might get out of that.
Yeah, no, the Corridor Creeper allowed them to swing for tempo on the board and get in 10 extra damage at a time where they wouldn't be able to fit a meaty 5/5 minion otherwise like Cairn.
I am flat out impressed.
Yeah. Great meta read. Fantastic deck building. Great plays. And a little bit of luck equals dominant performance so far. It's 3-0 for Team LuL, and Team Liquid is floundering. Now what do they have? They still have Hunter, which is a deck that's supposed to, or a class supposed to be very good against Rogue. And Hunter's definitely one of the classes with a big question mark over its head, considering its day 1 performance. Or overperformance, perhaps.
Mage
or underperformance.
Mage often fits the bill of quite good against Rogue as well, but I think it depends on what kind of Mage build you have. You know, so far, we've seen 2 counters thrown into this Rogue from Team LuL. Both of them have failed.
I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. Can Team Liquid make the comeback? We'll find out right after this when we come back to Trinity Series Season 2 Finals.
You guys seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Welcome back to the Intel Esports Arena in Burbank, California, where things are heating up, both metaphorically and quite literally 3 miles away from us, as we are here battling for $150,000 to crown a Season 2 champion. Team LuL is currently up 3-0 over Team Liquid. Team LuL not only, of course, battling for a chance at redemption, considering that Planet Odd had declined their invitation to play in the Gold Championships, Gold League World Championships over in China, but also because they had unfinished business from Season 1. Those were the silver medalists who lost to Complexity.
That's right, and so far they have shown off the power that Rogue got from the new set, utilizing Corridor Creeper, a 7-mana 5/5 that is discounted by 1 for each minion that dies, as long as Corridor Creeper's in your hand. And Sonya...
Shadow Dancer.
There we go.
Yeah.
I knew it was Shadow something. It's always Shadow something.
That's Miss Sonya. Actually, Mrs. Sonya Shadow Dancer to you, Adam.
I mean, I wasn't asking her on any dates or anything.
She's taken.
Yeah. Same, by the way.
same.
You see this ring on my finger, Dan?
Mage, by the way. Rogue still playing Corridor Creeper, by the way. Love you lots. Coming up here as you know, they're looking really sharp, and I'm trying to evaluate the power of the Kel'Seth hand, and it's looking pretty good that they have Southsea Captain to back it up. However, Team Liquid has the Secret Mage, and that's been a deck that's also tearing up the high ends of Legend Ladder. If you're looking at for some decks to climb, this could be one of it. Explosive Runes is a crazy powerful deck, and they mulligan away
mulligan
Kirin Tor
with Explosive Runes.
Right. I mean, they aren't on the coin, so that's understandable, but they're looking for Mana Worm and Arcanologist and a couple of other really powerful cards.
I don't know about that. I am no Secret Mage expert by any means, but that seems like a 1-2 punch to me. I could be wrong. I mean, it is very vital, I think, for them to check the early game, so having an Arcanologist, having Mana Worm, even having a turn 1 Babbling Book, just something to do on turn 1 or in turn 2 is quite important.
I will say, Alanath is a card that I think should be kept almost every time if you're playing a Secret Mage, just because of how important it is for you to have card economy and to continue to generate resources. Patches draw is really unfortunate, but I mean, it's the seesaw action. You live by the patches, and the Kel'Seth, you also die by it. And we saw it the previous game, now we're going to see it here.
Well, I think this is two unfortunate situations. I want you to continue about the Alaneth, because I do agree this is a vital card, but kind of walk me down here. I mean, keeping a 6-mana card that doesn't affect the board seems quite crazy to me.
Well, so, well, we got the call to listen into the teams. Let's go ahead and let Team Liquid perhaps discuss their plays.
Okay. All right. I think we're okay with this. Yes.
Great there.
We have a Luneth, though. I mean, it's not, like, over, you know.
Dog.
No, really. That card's good.
It's good, but not against Rogue.
No, it's fine against Rogue. It really is. Like, if we just get our secrets up, we win. That's the way it is. Okay.
One is gone.
Need 2-drop again. Breath, right?
Breath?
You like it over...
Kirin Tor?
Don't we want free secrets because we have double Cabal Crystal Runner? Isn't Breath more like a...
I don't want a Breath. Like, just this forces like a trade. They don't have Patses, so it's not like they can go...
They can go Dagger Backstab, I guess.
I think I'm fine if they Dagger Backstab.
Yeah,
like.
alright.
We have many secrets.
Alright. Yeah, if they waste mana daggering.
Yeah.
I'm...
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just Deckhand Dagger.
Deckhand Dagger.
Can I take the 4?
Oh yeah.
Makes some sense to me. So now we know all of their cards that they hold on to right now are not secrets.
Like the other thing is coin SI to not take the 4, but then we like use the coin. We take.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
Pretty weak.
You have to trade your 2/2 at that point.
Mhm.
Let's not do that. Let's do the other thing.
Alright, let's pull our second patches.
It's not in there. It's not in there, boy.
It could be... I'm thinking there's some sort of face deck, though.
Why they're playing Babbling Book? It's so
well,
hard.
they think it's good with the tempo of the 4/5 potentially, right?
Okay.
Because Kirin Tor is they're playing some Luneth like face randomness, stuff like that, right?
Breath. So we can
Blade spell.
We can go coin, SI, corridor, firefly. That.
What were you saying?
You can go coin, SI, corridor, firefly.
There's a chance that they're running Dragon's Fury. It most likely AoEs for 3, but it can do a lot, right?
Dragon's Fury. Then what do you want to do? Keep.
I don't want to, play around stuff. But
yeah, we want
to. Do you want to coin a 1-mana 5/5 this turn, or do you want to hold a 1-mana 5/5 this turn? That's the only.
Well,
question.
we don't have a Vile Spine the next turn if we.
What are we trying to Vile Spine on?
We ever
turn
Vile
5?
Spine this? I mean, it hits a 5/5 later. The secret girl.
Yeah, but next turn.
So we don't do it next turn, is what you're saying? Yeah, I agree. Let's just do the tempo play.
Yeah, I like it. So
So Firefly SI coin 5/5.
Firefly SI. Seems good to me.
This guy's tough.
Trying to hold a board. Kind of like a Edwin. Far right.
Those worms, man.
good draw, actually.
I don't think we play the Apprentice.
Why not?
It eats up the Firefly, but that's it, right? What if we just Fireball, play a Lunith, and then maybe we get tempo with Primordial Glyph or something?
But they also take 3 damage. We're gonna burn them down.
Are we gonna burn them down though? Like.
What to do?
Or you wanna go like? You think we're gonna go like outlast them?
Maybe we can go like girl, glyph.
We already used one girl.
Oh yeah, this is the second one.
This is the second girl, yes.
It gives us the most tempo now. We're gonna pass next turn. Alright, we're just gonna play the weapon.
What to do?
It's true. I'm down for playing it or holding it. It's only good with Glyph, but Glyph's pretty important. Because it reduces it twice. Realistically, all it's eating is a 1-2 though.
It's eating a 1-2, so.
I think I would just not play it.
You heard it from Dog over on Team Liquid side. Man, that worm is nuts, and he keeps coming back and back to haunt Team Liquid to not only plague their turns, but also threaten them every single game.
I mean, just see Dog like lean back with his look up into the air, like, how on earth did we not see this?
Well,
like once you see it, it's quite
no
obvious.
one else see it.
But that's the thing is like once you see it happen, you're like, how did I miss this? Like, there are 3 rules I think that really apply to new cards. Number 1, can anything cheat the curves? Number 2 is, do any of these cards say the word whenever on them? And then number 3 is, I don't know, I'm certain there's a 3rd rule, but cards that say
Cost
whenever.
0.
Yeah, there we go, cost 0. It's like cards that cheat curves and cards that say whenever you do something else tend to be very powerful cards.
I just want to say that while we have an opportunity before Team Liquid just plays this weapon and accepts the damage like they were planning, is that this is why I particularly have been waiting for a while to see Hearthstone tournaments happen right after the expansion, because I think they are very exciting. While we do like to see streams and a bunch of cool content being created around the new cards, you get to see them in powerful environments that makes it feel fresh. And this is what makes it also a little bit cool, is that this is the end of an expansion cycle or a rotation cycle, because this will happen dramatically at the beginning of a rotation.
Yeah, that's right. And
so I hope if you guys are watching and you're enjoying seeing cards like that or seeing situations like this, you should definitely lobby for tournaments to happen after expansion, because it seems like we have a lot of expansions at the very end of a content cycle, and expansion hits, and then nothing for like a month or like 2-3 weeks, and then everyone just streams, and then by then the meta is already kind of established to a certain degree.
I personally like seeing both. I like seeing the mastery of the meta towards the end, and I like seeing the craziness of that chaos at the beginning as well. I do want to point out that Team Liquid drawing 3 cards here is yielding them a pretty fantastic looking turn in here. And that's why Love You Lots is playing this Vile Spine and just playing this Sousy deckhand and pushing. They know that tempo turn is likely, and they're trying to get the job done right away. I think this was a brilliant Vile Spine from Team Love You Lots here.
Yeah. And Team Liquid, they were also talking about whether or not they wanted to put ice blocks in their deck, and I don't know if they did, but they're going to search for a Primordial Glyph tempo play here. Frost Nova going to be a huge play.
I mean, Flame Strike would be castable if they drew that.
You're right. Flame Strike would be exactly what they need. Blizzard is also.
And Volcanic Potion, 3 AoEs. And so now you just have to figure out which one of these is better.
Blizzard does tend to do the most damage and stall. Seems like it's going to be hard to pass that up.
Wow, that is a massive Primordial Glyph.
And they draw 3 more cards. Here's like another thing too, by Dog recognizing the time that they can use the Sorcerer's Apprentice to
I must have more.
It's kind of creepy.
Loud and clear. You know, in the time that Team Liquid was talking about whether they want to play Sorcerer's Apprentice for tempo or to save it for future tempo, Dog was able to spot the exact same situation that we're talking about and seeing. Now, if they're able to stick to Sorcerer's Apprentice, that could pay off huge dividends later on.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, wait a second. Frostlich Jaina as the Death Knight.
This is the second time today that a rogue deck has found Frostlich Jaina off of a Swashbuckler.
The game just got really weird. Let's go ahead and listen into the teams and see what they're chatting about.
Bone Mare, pretty much.
1-3?
Or 3-1, I'm sorry. Can clear everything but a 3-1.
No, we can just kill the sign instead of the fire.
Huh?
Pink fireball. Yeah. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, leave everything but a 3-1. Play around Leroy with explosive, whatever, but glyph is better, right?
I think we do it.
Yeah, do the glyph.
Do it.
Let's go. Only Frost Nova.
It's Nova.
I think we want to start pinging things, right? Or no?
We're Novaing this turn, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna do it already.
Do you want to ping or do you want to play the Arcanologist? Kind of like pinging.
Yeah, we have to clear their board.
Okay,
to
I'm
win,
pinging
right?
the 4-1.
Or and then play explosive, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's not whatever. Like we need. This is very important. This could be very important. what
Well,
to do
no,
now.
explosive plays around Leroy.
Leroy doesn't kill us, so I don't know.
You
if
don't think they're
care
gonna
about
play
Leroy.
it? So what are we playing counterspell for? For the card they got off Swash? That's
Thinking
relevant.
about the 2-mana thing, just to have a body. Is it not good?
We'll overdraw, but that's not that relevant, right? How many cards do we have left?
This decreases our guy, though.
We should decrease our guys.
Yeah,
So what do we do?
explosive, right? Kill
Yeah.
the next minion.
I don't know. They might have gotten a spell. It's hard to say. They could have gotten anything. There's Cabal, Lackey. That's fine. We're gonna overdraw one. How many cards do we have left? We're about to fatigue.
We're not.
Oh, we're fine. We're chilling. Easy.
Chilling.
We should definitely do
It's
that.
worse against no, but it's a secret from their
Entity,
deck,
but
and we don't want to take the damage.
we
so.
can hit face first, with the dagger.
Okay.
So,
This never does anything, but yeah.
should we buff the SI? I don't want to.
Are you sure we buff the thing that dies to 5?
I want to buff the thing with the most health.
I want to buff
Okay, well, the thing
Captain or the 3/3.
is. Okay, the 3/3's.
Probably the
best.
3/3.
Yeah, 3/3's best.
What about positioning?
Positioning's weird, but they're out of glyphs.
So, do you want to take
They
the
have hook.
damage? You don't want to take the damage,
I want to bone mare first.
I want to
don't
bone mare
wanna take damage.
first. I suppose. Wait, do we care about the damage? Hold on.
Yes, we care.
We're so high life.
We're like so high.
We're actually so high life. I don't. I
We
want
have
to take the
Jaina,
damage.
too.
I want to take the damage.
Yeah.
Play the 1/2.
We have Jaina. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. All right. Bone mare far left on the 3/3, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. You
Yeah.
can, debate positioning, but
Put it in. Just
that's
do
fine.
it. Just
do it. Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, I was just giving us time. I wasn't in a rush.
Portal. They can't kill us. If it's
They need to like kill us this turn.
they
or
need
something.
block and they need to do a lot of stuff, but we literally have a Jaina. It's kind
Only
of
play that
Bolt,
keeps us
pink,
alive.
fireball. What kind of mana worm, right?
We can play Cabal, Lackey, or we can play Mana Worm.
I wonder.
I like Mana Worm.
I think I like
That-
mana worm.
I like Mana Worm as well.
Fireball the 6/6, right?
Yep. Hold the 7/7. Things will 3/1. And then next turn we can go Firelands, Lackey, Counterspell, Ping. Valet works better. So it's going to be Lackey, Counterspell, Firelands if we're not dead. How many cards do we have left? We're about to fatigue.
6.
6. So we'll have to play Medivh after this. We'll be fatiguing for 1 after 2 turns. We should be able to set up lethal in that time.
Yeah, I agree.
So we should be okay. Question is whether or not they drop burn.
I'm honestly kind of also scared. Maybe they draw something like a good minion anyway.
Huh?
We need to dodge good minions. Like they get like.
It doesn't matter if they get a minion because, or like a really good minion matters, but we get Firelands Valet this turn, right?
Uh-huh.
So we win. Like they have to play double minion that's really strong. It's Frost Lich. Okay, we actually can't deal with the Frost Lich card, can we? We need a high roll off the Valet, I think, to win.
You mean the portal?
The portal, yeah. 'Cause we don't have enough right now. Because we have to use the Firelands, and we're going to overdraw so we don't get any extra cards. So it's going to be Lackey, Counterspell.
I must decide.
What do we? Oh, they
Trade.
trade. Because we're fatiguing, I guess.
Yeah. We might not even Firelands this turn. We might dump the Crystal Runners to try to set up lethal. How many cards do we have left? 4. Okay. If we play Locky, we give them the 3/6 as the issue, and we'll probably be dying too quickly.
don't we just have to Hyrule the portal, or you think that's like?
I'm fine with Kirin counterspell portal, right?
Don't we? Maybe you're right. Maybe we'll have to play this and hope we like set up.
You want to play him this turn? I don't think we can.
It's close.
Well, we have to Medivh next turn, right? No matter what.
Yep.
But next turn we'll draw our last explosive rune, so we can go Cabal Locky, and then we can play both Crystal Runners, and then we can play Medivh, right?
Yes.
So this turn will be Kirin into, assuming we don't overdraw it, but there's only a small chance we don't overdraw it. Like there's I don't know how many cards we have left. How many cards do we have left?
5.
Just do it.
This
yeah.
secret and
this secret, Violence.
Right, Earth Elemental.
Violence. Earth Elemental, yeah, that's ambitious. That's pretty good. That's sick.
So pinging them makes very much sense because it sets up the lethal.
Okay.
Well, if we can kill the 4/5 and make a water
but pinging them sets up
just,
lethal.
Just ping them, Zoe.
Exact lethal.
So,
we're gonna attack in.
Yes.
We want the life.
And the free.
Is there a reason to shadow step? We don't want to replay it. We don't want to replay it.
Why not?
Because it blows up a lot of the time.
But we take 0 damage and it takes away their valet.
But we have a 3/2 on board that heals us right now.
But we take away their valets. They don't have. I mean, they have to play. I guess they
So
can play
shadow
Secret
step would
pretty
proc a CS in theory, yeah. So you take away valets.
Melts
Valets don't
away.
kill us, but
Wait, why aren't we
they
shadow
need.
stepping?
easy. Scared of explosive runes, but
I'm not scared of anything. Is there a reason to?
No,
though?
we can shadow step and not play it. Like what?
Okay, shadow step is CS. Cool.
Yeah,
Ping them.
Ping them.
So what are we doing now? Do we really want to shadow step it?
Why are we?
I don't think so.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, we pass.
Just end turn. Like,
Yep.
I was just wondering, like.
I'm just making sure we're doing everything right.
Yeah, it's just to.
There's a valet burned.
It's just to proc their CS.
They need to Medivh here. That's their plan, is Medivh, so that they don't die.
Because we're playing Cabal Locky Mirror Entity this turn.
Yeah.
So do you want a 0 mana card? Or it's probably worth it, right?
Isn't there? No, there's no don't. It's only
No.
wisp and.
But it doesn't matter. We don't have any spells, so creating the 0 mana card is probably no. But they can ping it with the thing.
I
Is
don't
that relevant?
think we care.
Okay. I'm just
They
letting
can
you
ping
know.
the lucky anyway, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. You're right. Okay. So do it. Make sure you play the Mana Worm first as well.
I don't know if the positioning matters.
No. Yes, it does for Meteor. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. Yep. And
Can
trade.
we play it? Oh, we can play both, right?
Yeah, but you have to trade.
I'm late. I'm late. Runs out on me.
Do I hit
Punch
with a weapon?
phase. Yes, we don't have any spells left. Our last card is a spell, but it doesn't matter because we're not playing Intellect. And our last card is the what is it called? Explosive rune. I don't know what that is.
Yes.
It is the explosive rune though.
So okay, it's gonna be CS or runes, right? So it never resolves.
Well, what if we wait to draw?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
5,
if we ping them in the face, we draw a playable minion.
12,
we
14,
win.
21.
We win against runes.
They might have lethal. I think they have lethal. Unfortunately.
Wait, what are they?
10,
Time.
14, 21, 26, 27, 28. They have a valet left. They can ping their own guy in valet. So we need to kill something, but we can't really kill anything. We can ping a 2/1. That's our best play, is to ping a 2/1.
Okay. And
It's
then
not going to work, but... And then maybe we need to shadow step an SI, or try to shadow step an SI. I think we... I think unfortunately...
Like shadow step
we
the
die
Welly
here.
and SI the
4/2,
but it's
yeah.
do they have a valet to kill us?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And they just need a spell, right? And they can cast
6,
Arcane in.
7,
We can play everything.
8, 10, 19.
I
Plus.
wonder.
It's a lot, right?
19 plus
I think
12.
it's exact.
All right.
19 plus 12.
Let's count this again, guys. All right, so 10 plus 12, 22. 22 plus 3. What's 22 plus 3? 23. No, 25. 26, 27, 28, 29. I count 29, 30 with the weapon ping. So I think it's exact lethal. Yeah. I hope we counted this right, not just one off lethal right now.
I'm pretty sure we counted it right.
All right.
And this is so hard to move it.
Yeah, it's one over actually.
It's exactly what I counted.
It's one over. I mean, I counted one. I counted exact, so I guess I counted wrong.
I counted it exact the first time.
I suck at counting.
Oh, we won a game. It's good, man.
We won a game we weren't supposed to, just like they did. Just like they did. We stole that one.
This ends another episode of Counting with Team Liquid. Tune in next time to find out what adds up to 30. And turns out, if you just have a full board of free 5/5s, once again, we're talking about the power of the Corridor Creeper, the power of Cabal Crystal Runners that provide tempo swing with Medivh. That was a great spot, and I gotta say, Dog really was a big MVP that game.
Yeah, it's hanging on to the Sorcerer's Apprentice was a big deal, and they've had some fortunate luck with the Primordial Glyphs. But at the end, that perfect counting really paid off. Aluneth, too, drew so many cards that game. It doesn't even matter that it's burning. It's just providing so much card economy that at the end, they're able to reset the draw with Medivh and then blast a ton of pressure onto the board.
Yeah, no, it was the one where that was a game where Dog really showed his expertise. He played a lot of games of the Secret Mage earlier today, and he was just telling me his thoughts very open. He's like, hey, I think I want to play Aluneth on 6 no matter what almost every time. Oh, I think I'm even keeping the mulligans. And you can hear him say, like, hey, we're going to play Aluneth. And like, are you sure we don't want to just fight for tempo with, like, other cards? And he's like, no, trust me, we're going to fight back with these big swings. So he really knows how to identify his position in the game and how to come back from seemingly difficult positions.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to have faith in the amount of cards that you can draw. I mean, if you can draw that many cards over the next 3 or 4 turns, as long as you can play most of them, you're probably going to end up in a favorable spot. And while that one was very close and down to the wire, everything worked out for him in that one. But that's their first win on the board here. Team Levulots took 3 wins in a row with Rogue. So what have they got left to fight off against the remainder from Team Liquid?
And then over on Team Levulots side, there was a little bit of shakiness towards the very end where they were trying to count out certain damage and account for scenarios, but they forgot one that they ended up landing on. They said, oh, wait, if they Medivh, then all this inevitability we set up wasn't for anything. And then we're stuck in a position where we weren't able to optimize our board state, and then they were able to climb back with the tempo anyways. But at the same time, would they have changed anything? So these are different things that Levulots didn't have enough time to discuss, it felt like.
I think it could have changed things. I did quite like on the turn with staring down the second-rate Bruiser of the attack with the weapon and then just hero power to make another Water Elemental. I quite like the Shadow Step to test for Counterspell. Once they saw it was Counterspell, they could have Shadow Step and just made another 3/6 Water Elemental. Every single one of those Water Elementals they play is going to direct burn away from their face a lot of times, or it's going to threaten to heal them back up. So I'm curious if they could have gotten there on a strictly value plan, but Medivh is incredibly powerful, so I'm not sure that works 100% of the time.
Some loyal Liquid fans in the chat as Team LUL is raking in the votes. That's right, we're taking live polling. Or perhaps we're just catching some of the random spammers in chat who vote for Team LUL. I think it is all part of the mastermind marketing strategy made by Chalky and crew. That was the idea. They're like, yeah, you guys sub to all of us.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, why sub to Muzzy, Zulay, and Chalky when you get their emo for free?
That's the sound of my head blowing up.
That's all right.
In a very cosmic fashion.
Team LUL had quite the head start, and you heard also some things from Team Liquid, kind of wistfully remarking that we won a game, or rather, we stole a game that we had no business being in, but they did that same thing to us, so it's even. Can they finally use this opportunity to grab momentum back on their side? Because they're going to need to break serve twice here in order to even up.
Yeah, and that's a difficult thing to do, but if Team Levulots could do it, why can't Team Liquid do it? I think Secret Mage is quite a powerful deck.
Yes.
It needs the right tools at the right time. And I think that if they continue to draw some strong hands, maybe land the secrets and just the right ordering, that really makes a difference. Now, that ordering oftentimes comes up to how your opponent has drawn rather than how you have drawn yourself. because if they just have the wrong tool for the wrong time, it's a big punish.
Right. I mean, there are a couple scenarios that also needed to go exactly in their way. For example, the Primordial Glyphs needed to land on freeze, and they also needed Love You Lost to kind of draw empty. And you're kind of looking at this Corridor Creeper in a Paladin, a Murloc Paladin, it looks like.
What is going on?
You know, I wasn't sure if that was just a tech card because Tempo Rogue tend to trade with a lot of tokens, but, I mean, Paladin's also a class that has tokens that tend to trade, and Corridor Creeper could also be a big swing for that if you're looking for a big Spike Seed or a Bone Mirror turn.
I'm just going to put this out there. Every single deck seems like it has minions that it trades at some point. I'm curious. This card is just really busted.
I mean, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Spellhunter, where we just play traps and go face with everything that we have?
Even they make minions. I mean, they unleash the hounds, right?
I guess sometimes. All I know is I Spellstone on 5 and I hit face for 9 to 12.
Have you combined it with Tundra Rhino yet?
No need. I don't even need to get to 10 mana at that point.
The problem is
because I finished a game with 2 my side on turn 6.
Yeah, see, I have never actually finished a game before turn 74, where my opponent has drawn every single thing, so I don't know what that feels like, Dan.
It's okay. It's
one of these days.
A lot of problems that we have as Hearthstone players. Oh my goodness, Rockpool Hunter off the top here for Team Love You Lots. Can't really ask for a better start than that.
Yeah, Murloc War Leader maybe to go with it, but so far this has been quite good. I mean, they kept all of their opening hand. And Rallying Blade, I think, is quite powerful versus Mage. It helps fight off against Mana Worms, Kirin Tor Mages. Almost everything in the deck that's played before turn 4, Rallying Blade will kill.
But yeah, they just missed the train on this Mirror Entity. It's the fact that Team Liquid didn't have the Mana Worm on 1. Even if they did have the Mana Worm on 1, it kind of get bullied at this point. Love You Lots now has an opportunity for commanding board position. Let's listen in and see how this game's going to play out.
If I kill it, it dies.
Then you go face.
Kill him, he dies.
He's gonna barrel.
He's gonna valet most likely. That'd be a good turn for him. He's got the and one.
Oh no. More than
Noticing that we're on fire.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Noticing we have some stuff. So runes pops this turn. If it's runes.
You can play the guy.
So we start with Tidecaller. It has to.
Yeah.
It doesn't cheat us any mana if it's runes, so we just do it. They'd play any secret that turn, but they'd love to play runes more than anything. So now we get 2 trades.
Now we're doing better than expected.
Wow, this is going to be great. We get to play a 5/5.
That cheated us mana, like runes and that would have cheated us.
So what are we killing here? They don't always like to play a secret. They want to play a 5/5.
We kill the 1/3, like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we play the corridor, they fireball it, value trade, like.
Then it's just a 2/3. It's the same if they do that.
Okay,
Wait, the punish is just that they want to play a 5/5 and they just trade on board. It's only a 1/2.
Okay. Yeah, you're
I
right.
want to kill the 2/3 personally.
You're right.
Punish would be if they had 2 spells, guys. That's pretty unrealistic. It's Glyph. Positioning.
Worm.
Can draw this turn if you want. We can play Counterspell Trade. Or we can play Cabal Crystal Runner.
I'm thinking Counterspell.
I'm thinking Counterspell
Trade. Next turn Cabal Arcane Intellect.
Yeah.
So if we play Cabal now, they take the trades. Yeah, they take the trades on the Worm.
We can also go Intellect first.
I like Counterspell first, I think.
We can draw Cabal Lucky, I guess, with Intellect.
Go one of.
I think we're in a bad spot that we need to go for that. Cabal Lucky or like even Glyph maybe. Like, do we really need to play this Counterspell?
We can't play Glyph this turn.
Yeah, but just have it like for next turn or something.
Time runs out on me.
Counterspell messes up their turn.
Yeah, if they have kings, like it's just good. Plus they might think it's like the explosive one. I think it's better. I think if the odds we high roll Lucky aren't high enough for us to win. I know we can get Glyph next turn, but we can go Intellect into Glyph anyways.
Don't we go Intellect Cabal? Likely?
Yeah, I mean that's probably the play next turn, but they really like that Worm card, huh?
It's most likely to be runes.
Oh, that's
so
awkward,
is it ever weapon, hero power, face.
Punish should be like second valet. But
Punish is second valet, but we hit that, and we're kind of chilling. They don't really. They've got their 5/5s cost 2 right now. I'm thinking it's runes like majority of the time here, right? Why would they CS? So it's entity or it's runes, and both are punishes.
I like weapon. I like weapon.
It's just kind of bad, and then the corridor is going to be 0, so we put that in, and then we scale ban.
Yeah, I like weapon. Weapons.
I like weapon the most.
Very good.
What are the attacks here?
Base and mana worm, and then face in the right order. Do 3 first.
Yeah, 2, 3. It's actually the left order.
Vape Nation.
Idle hand.
The more I see the corrosive creeper, the more I'm looking forward to day number 2. I mean, I know that day 1 hasn't finished, and we still have a lot of Hearthstone to play in this best of 11. But, you know, when this finishes, I want to remind people that we gave the teams the opportunity to change their deck list day to day, primarily because of how little testing that they've had.
You need to stop everything right now. That is a dino size. They are legitimately playing dino size. What on earth is going on? I've never seen anyone play that card, and it's beautiful to look at.
Golden animation's actually pretty cool. I didn't know the dinosaur grows in the little golden art there. That's pretty cool.
So beautiful. And just a big turn here. Yeah, I mean, go back to your point, because that is a really valid one you're making about the resubmission.
Test for explosive runes passed. And Cobalt Scalebane comes down, and Lovey Lots probably doesn't even need the dino size at this point, because Team Liquid looking up on a pretty passive turn with Arcanologist, and they only have a counter spell, and they're looking at death next turn.
Yeah, this is
oh my gosh.
This is death. Is there an ice block tucked in there? And if so, can you then get something off the Firelands portal that changes this?
I don't think so. Because now the Cobalt Scalebane kind of sets up this situation where you want to kill a Scalebane, but you have to kill off the biggest threat to end the game.
Wow.
Team Love You Lots crushes Team Liquid in 6 turns with their Murloc Paladin and their hidden tech, which has been dominating this series.
4-1 lead for Team Love You Lots. 2 decks so far, and both of them have had Corridor Creeper.
I mean, what's so funny was a lot of people were talking to me about their predictions of Kobolds and Catacombs. They said, yeah, you know what? I feel pretty good about how I predicted the set. I feel like I had a good grasp on a lot of the cards and reads on the classes. But there's always a couple surprises, no matter what we say and how confident we feel in our abilities as we develop in our skills, that we always overlook a couple of things. And I feel like we've overlooked that worm significantly.
I remember glancing, I was like, that seems kind of weird. It has to be in your hand. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's just been nuts. Like, apparently way more minions died than I thought died.
I mean, this is a team that, you know, they tend to joke around and almost use it as a facade to throw off their opponents. You know, on social media, when we listen to the comms, in the interviews, they're always joking around, but when it comes down to it, these guys know their cards. And you're looking at a dominant performance, one of the most dominant we've seen yet in Trinity Series, at a 4-1 lead currently. And it's cool because it's something that also can carry on throughout the entire weekend. If they win out with Paladin, what if we don't see the rest of their decks and then we don't even know what else they have planned?
That is a great question.
They left open Jade Druid, so that means that they're playing off the books. We're no longer playing by the traditional rules that we've come to expect from Trinity Series this season.
That's right. I mean, through 7 weeks of play, Druid and Priest got played a handful of times.
Like 10 games total.
Not even, I don't think. And it's pretty crazy to contrast that now with Team Love You Lots, who was on like the permanent ban Druid status, into coming in now in the finals, have banned Warlock instead. Surprise cards from the new set. Some I believe were off most people's radars. I've yet to see anyone claim that Corridor Creeper was a strong card in their eyes. So, but here it's been surprisingly strong. I think that has been a major factor to them having this lead right now.
And that's true. If you're putting Corridor Creeper in a lot of their decks, Druid struggles a lot more with it than Warlock. Warlock can clear a lot of those minions pretty easily with big, wide AoEs or single target removals, or even just, you know, fat minions that they have with, you know, like Abyssal Enforcers and whatnot. So this is definitely shaping out to be exactly what Team Lovulots has planned. And we're going to see what Team Liquid's going to do when they don't have access to it. It's a card that we saw earlier with Team Complexity. It seems like Lovulots has the same idea. Paladin doesn't play many spells, so you can kind of stack the Spiteful Summoner to be a big tempo swing on 6.
That's right. And we did see Dino Size in the deck on the previous turn. Whew. So getting a 6-mana 4/4 plus random 8-drop can be quite impactful. Now, some of the 8-drops are also not so stellar, but there's some of the best in the game are in that slot.
Well, that is a good point. However, I will say that even some of the bad, and I put that in air quotes because it's situational, new cards from Coballs and Catacombs on 8 that are poor stats can work in your favor. I actually, apologies, I'm still learning all the card names effectively.
Sure.
There's a 8-mana 3/3 Death Rattle that recruits an 8-cost minion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, it turns out Paladin does have the strongest 8-mana cards for their class legendaries out of any class in Tyrion. So it's not even the worst thing in the world if that happens.
All right. Well, that's one of the worst things in the world right away when it happens.
What a beam! Oh my gosh. Now, by the way, that player gives it away. This is a no spell hunter. Or, sorry, no minion hunter.
No spell hunter. There are no spells found within this hunter deck.
Apologies. A no minion hunter.
I think I agree with you in this spot as well. I mean, the fact that that Flare is in here, it really only spells that style of matchup. The no minion hunter was quite surprising to me the first time I played against it.
Well, considering that people predicted it to to be so bad.
Well, I just thought those people were dumb. And something else that happened was...
I'm standing right here.
you told me the exact opposite.
Actually, I did. I thought it would be okay.
Yeah, and playing against it, I was like... I even thought to myself the first time playing against it, I was like, this is kind of dumb. And then a couple turns in, I was like, wow, this is actually destroying me right now. And then I played some games with it on my own, and I think it's quite powerful. I don't think that it's by any means going to be a dominant force in the metagame, but it's much more playable, I think, than anybody gave it credit for.
Granted, it is the first week of expansion, and historically, one class has always done very well in the first week of expansion, no matter what meta it is, and it is Hunter. And we have a lot more development to do.
Oh, wow.
But it is exciting to see what the Spell Hunter can do. Now, Lovulots has that Corridor Creeper in.
Noble Sacrifice has great synergy with that.
Oh, you're right. Noble Sacrifice counts towards the creeper death total.
I mean, Redemption does too. I mean, it just puts another minion in play for the same purpose. And I think the Redemption here is probably superior given that there is a 1/1 Divine Shield in play.
But the Flare counter.
It's a true story. Let's go ahead and listen to Team Liquid. Is Flare on their radar right now?
Oh, you don't want to proc that.
Okay. I kind of like Animal Companion number 2 here.
I think I like Misha here.
You like Misha?
Yeah.
Misha seems good.
Misha. That's a lot
Be
of pressure,
careful.
man.
Press the button. Press the button.
That's a lot of pressure. What about bow? What if we just bow and do nothing?
Let's just play Animal Companion. Come on! That's not so bad, like... Right?
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alright, just hero power.
Yeah.
So the thing can go down to 4.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2/2, 1/3, a corridor.
We could bring it down to 3 if we wanted to get spicy, but why would we want that? That kills off a 2/2.
Wait.
Killed off. No,
No,
okay.
2/2
Yeah,
already
don't-
dies. 2/2
We
already
could
like
full.
Corridor better than
Wait.
$10 hero power? It's like less stats, but more power in the future.
The play is...
No, the creeper's going to be really cheap.
The play
That's
is 2/2, 1/3, and then play the corridor. Go face. We keep
Trade
our...
this 1/3.
Yeah, we keep our
So
guy around.
we do like the 5/5 over the stuff. For sure.
Do you guys want to
It gets
go tie?
cheaper.
Okay, I see. I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
There are likely plays like Hound. Wait, let's play 5/5 Houndmaster, right?
That's fine. We can buff up the Murloc and trade
Okay,
it.
okay.
Alright.
Face hero power.
You want to value trade this?
No.
I don't think so.
Not like this.
I like flanking strike. Do you even want to proc the secret, or do you want to wait for flare? well, we're proccing the secret anyways, right?
I don't think we're playing Flare this game.
Okay. You want to flanking strike the 2-2 and then trade? Or do you want to flanking strike the 3-1, but it'll come back and this will have 3 attack? This one, right? Problem is this one lives with 1 HP.
Question is if we even... do we want to give them like the 1-1 Murloc or do we want to give them a 1-1 Divine Shield? That's also like a thing, right? Maybe we want to trade first and then do the flanking strike.
Yeah, actually, I can see that.
Because the Murloc can like hurt us, right? You can do like a...
I like that.
We know they don't have it though. They don't have War Leader or
Megasaur, but like, it does do more
it
damage.
It still keeps growing
what, right?
with the thing though, right? And it can also trade for free into our guy.
I think we proc this first.
Yeah, I think so too.
This one, right?
Yes, yes.
Team Lovey Lots setting up that corridor creeper, and even though Spell Hunter does have some game, look at what is happening. I mean, Team Lovey Lots will most likely draw into anything, but that is one of the best draws they could ask for.
I think that is the best draw in the deck at the moment. You know, maybe another corridor creeper. I think you make a strong argument for, but Rallying Blade right now is going to kill off the rest of this board and allow Hero Power plus the corridor creeper to come down. And there, you can see in chat right now, are minions good? Yes, or I hunt alone. I promise you, minions are very good, but you know, Rexar just doesn't have any minions in his deck. He's just got spells that make minions.
It's true.
It's the same thing, really.
I mean, many people, I think it's almost in vogue to kind of be like a Hunter fan now. It wasn't very much the case a year or two ago, but you know, Hunter now is definitely a class that a lot of people feel like can struggle in the current state of the meta throughout 2017. But this deck is fearsome. It's not hitting the cards that we're coming to expect from them, though. The Spellstone is usually on 5, what we're looking for as a big swing. And now Love You Lot's the one dominating this board. This corridor creeper is insane.
Now, there is some answer back potential here. It's just going to take Team Liquid some amount of time to really get to this point. But Love You Lots doesn't have a castable card in hand right now. There's Kill Command available for Team Liquid. Hunter's Mark is there. It's just, things are lining up a bit weird right now.
Right.
And Freezing Trap is just not looking strong at all in this matchup.
I don't know. I mean, Love You Lots just has to get within striking distance, and Dino Size functions very similar to what Pyroblast wants to just end the game. You don't have to necessarily just get 10-10 and just own the board for a few turns. You can just win it right there and then.
I think that's the fairly ideal situation. And we'll see what Love You Lots picks up.
Oh
my gosh.
Let's listen in.
Makes some sense, actually.
It actually
Because of
does.
3-drop?
Because of Wandering Monster.
It's Wandering Monster, but you can always do it after unless you care that much about the 1-1. We don't actually...
We can keep our 1-1.
Oh, we care about the 1-1, actually. We have a card.
Double Companion. Does that influence anything?
I like... I kind of like the face attack with the weapon.
It's bad if it's not Wandering thing.
Yeah.
Which happens.
But it's probably Wandering.
It's probably Wandering.
So let's go face with the weapon. We're in a
Okay,
great
that
spot.
must-
Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay with it.
We need to see our random card.
Okay.
So play Spiteful now?
Wait, no. 1-1 first, because explosive.
It's not explosive.
It's not explosive.
Oh,
Let's
what am
see
I
our
saying?
random thing.
Yeah.
I want to do this.
Yeah.
So bad with that. You guys should beat me up after this.
Okay, we love you, Muzzy. You're great.
Okay. Then face.
Powerful.
So snake, cat, snipe.
Have to flare.
Lariat Unleash.
Lariat Unleash is the only card to save us, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okie dokie. Oh, my sides.
Oh.
I mean, we can still just like Hunter's Mark KC, the 5-5.
Yep.
And say...
Want to do that or the 3-6, and then next turn we get a for Emulate now. We have to do on the 5-5, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to bow the 1-3?
So what are our like comebacks? Unleash won't help us.
We don't really have a comeback mechanism, I don't think. I guess Unleash will help us when we draw Freezing Trap.
And
Yeah. So we got like Unleashed Freezing Chop.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah.
So do we use our bow or not?
No, because we get an extra 1/1, right?
All right. I had to kill to get Rockdalar.
How many?
All right, what's that buffing?
I say the 1/3 because the 1/1's gonna die to some form of AoE. We
Okay.
just need anything to live.
Make sure to play around crushing walls so chat doesn't make fun of us.
Wait, oh my god, I actually forgot about that.
So
All right, there's T3's
we
far
want
left.
You didn't play around it this whole game.
2, 3. Well, turn 7 hasn't come up,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
it's
didn't
fine.
matter. 2, 3, 4 left.
I know.
We played around crushing
So
walls.
good, Buzzy.
Well, our hero power automatically kind of just plays
Yeah,
around.
but-
It's
but-
really funny.
Alright, we played around walls. Good job, us.
Crushing walls does not make them live, by the way. I just want.
Yeah, I know, but you still play around it because.
Do you like how I sequenced to play around Vaporize?
Don't play around.
Even though that's a mage secret and we checked it last turn.
Rockdalar to my side, yo!
Oh, that's the most defensive combination.
That is the highest win rate card in the game right now. So like,
Whoa.
highest. Reddit told me.
Not for long.
They're dead. Oh yeah. Gonna cross out Hunter now.
Yeah, you're good at that.
You're good at crossing out. Zlay's good at sitting there and clicking the cards. I'm good at advice, but forgetting about cards that we just saw.
Team Love You Lots lowering the win rate of To My Side. How will Hunter enthusiasts defend that one? You tell me.
With sample size, I guess. Hearthstone
Sample
Replay.
size of 1.
After the first day, Hearthstone Replay did have that card as the #1 class win rate card in Standard after one day of play.
But it was also evaluating like Paladin Secrets as like one of the highest, and it's because you pick Paladin Secrets in situations where it's really good off of Hydrologist, and it's like, well, it turns out if you like pick Eye for an Eye, you're gonna like do really well with it because you're gonna win the game because of it.
Sure, but what are you picking To My Side off of? Well, it's your collection and it goes into your deck. That's a natural one that shows.
That is a skill that I have yet to acquire myself. Picking To My Side from my collection, putting in my deck list. Working my way up to that one. Baby steps here, Admirable.
I mean, I think the deck did perform quite well on day one, but there's a lot of wacky stuff on day one. You know, you have to take data for what it's worth and weigh it in with all of the other factors that are in play. And right now, the factor that's in play is that Team Love You Lots is on match point, and Team Liquid has 1 win under their belt. They have to win 5 straight, or they're headed to the lower bracket.
Yeah, and if I'm Team Love You Lots, I am loving life because not only will they be able to get out pretty early and not have to worry too much about the fatigue compared to Virtus Pro and complexity, but also I get to conceal a lot of my deck list. This is a closed deck list tournament, so they can hide more of their text that they brought in, or they can even switch it up again, which maybe they might not have to because day 2, they're in the winner's bracket if they win 1 more game out of the remaining 5.
I just want to know how they figured out that card. How do you? I just don't understand how you figured that out. It just seems so weird.
It's one of the, I mean, here's the thing. When the expansion dropped, these guys played for, some of them claimed up to 17 hours straight. They stayed up to like 2 to 3 a.m. yesterday when the expansion dropped at 10 a.m. And then they just kept playing and playing and playing and playing, and all of a sudden they looked up from their clocks and it was time to go to sleep because they realized they had to wake up in a few hours for the studio show. And now we go to what could potentially be the last game in this series, Murloc Paladin versus Quest Warrior. This could get ugly. Look at that opening hand. That's the kind of opening hand I expect to see from normal Paladin. Call to Arms is the card that we've been hyping up a lot in the Paladin class. Not Dino Size or
Spiteful Summoner.
Yeah, Spiteful Summoner or the Corridor Creeper.
Which I do want to say, Spiteful Summoner has performed quite fantastic thus far.
Yes.
I've been very impressed with that card.
Yeah.
Call to Arms has still looked good in the situations I've seen it. But I will tell you what, it does make a lot more sense to me if you have Corridor Creeper with Call to Arms. It can discount that card by a lot, adding those extra bad boys to the board. Right. So I'm quite impressed with that tech. I'm curious if there's anything else across these lists that's going to be found, but Team Liquid is going to have their work cut out for him. Top Warrior, it can be great at holding off certain matchups, but it has some very weak ones out there too.
Yeah, and pressure-oriented ones is one of those problematic matchups. Love You Lots draws that corridor, but here's the thing. Quest Warrior doesn't play a lot of minions, so there's not as many trades onto the board. You have to generate the tokens. That's why it makes sense in Paladin. It makes sense in, honestly, Shaman, too, if Shaman wants to start getting a little frisky.
I think Brawl's a pretty nice pickup, but Call to Arms is going to put a lot of pressure on Brawl already.
And then after you Brawl, they just Spiteful Summoner. If they hit the Dino Size, you just used your Brawl.
Yeah, so I will be curious to see how Love You Lots favors the play on this, whether they want to be making trades or actually pushing damage. Let's go ahead and listen to them and hear how they want to take these couple turns.
Trading, yeah. Battle Rage is a card.
Good,
And stuff. Was that the card they kept? I didn't.
I was not looking. I was enjoying myself.
All right, we're too happy.
I think it's likely it would have been, but my bad.
I'm gonna debate them for a second. JK.
That's cruel, dude.
I'm a mean person. That's in my defense. I'm not nice.
All right, so we have 7 things left. That might have been the key, more than likely. Okay, that was the kept card's gone. That's all we need to know.
All right, we're doing the far left one.
You're making
it right about now.
You're doing the meme curves, Livy.
Yeah,
I'm a memer.
Let it rip.
Yeah, boy. 2 juggles. No? Darn.
Order lol.
That was an order lol moment. I could have done that better. I apologize, guys.
Yeah. No, wait. Oh, you mean just RNG? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good.
Well,
good.
I wanted. Yeah.
All right.
So we can end our turn.
You don't want to make any attacks to play around AoE.
So there's sleep, but they need to. What do they do?
We can whirlwind sleep and they keep a
right,
1.
So we have 4 things left. We know what we're pulling with the next one almost for sure, right?
We can end our turn.
I'm okay with ending the turn.
I think this was a good turn.
Sure.
We can even execute, right? It's like probably.
We should just jam Serenite. No, we trade.
Yeah.
No.
Do we trade now?
I don't think we trade.
They can only juggle twice.
Yeah, it's not really a big deal.
No, I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade.
It's a lot of armor.
Yeah, it's a lot of armor.
Especially if we get Armor Smith up also, like Ali. Same. How long can this go on?
Trade first.
Oh. All right, we get the guaranteed 3 now.
Okay. So we go 2-2 into a 2-3 first, and then we rip it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So the Murloc 2-2 into a 2-3.
What other?
There's a knife juggler on the board, and we want to juggle.
Hey, the knife juggler is a 2-2 with effect. I didn't say 2-2 with effect. I said.
Would you clarify? Would you, Muzzy? All right, stop that. It's like,
got him.
You did get him, and you didn't proc Battle Rage. I'm proud of you for that.
Okay, so 2-1 and something.
Going 1-3 into 2-1.
Yeah, I know that happened.
We want to just clear up. We don't really care about repercussions.
So trade juggler.
Trade the damaged 2-3.
Yeah.
Don't trade juggler. I don't think. Juggler's quite nice.
Yeah, it's not that weak to AoE.
Well, we don't really care.
We could
about
trade
AoE.
this 2-3 in if we want.
So what are they gonna do that you?
What reason do we have?
No,
to trade
I don't
the
think we
2-3?
do.
Yeah, there's no reason to trade the 2. What do you mean?
Okay. It has to be like armor flurry. You can armor flurry us.
Yeah, and kill everything.
Yeah,
Great.
that kills everything, so it's dead.
So there's 2 things I want to point out here coming off of the comms. Well, one, Team Liquid is kind of needs some help here after the Armor Smith and Brawl, but you know, I noticed the sequencing from the knife juggler getting pulled from Call to Arms is very specific. It throws a knife pending on when the knife juggler was drawn from the deck. So if it's the last one, it doesn't throw a knife, but if it's the first one, it'll throw 2. However, look at that Murloc Tidecaller. It got a buff, even though it was the last minion being pulled. And there was a Murloc in the mix of the Call to Arms.
I am quite curious about that.
Huh.
I feel like it should be either they always happen or they never happen. I don't like the order.
That tends to be what most cases, but in this case, it's a little bit of a weird exception. A little bit weird. Anyways, kind of focusing back in, Lovely Lots is trying to overrun Team Liquid, and they're feeling pretty comfy. You hear them kind of making jokes and laughing, and on the other side, Team Liquid, they're trying to keep their spirits up, but it's looking pretty grim. However, that Curator draw was massive for them, because outside of that Brawl, their hand was looking very weak.
Yeah, and not only that, but they are accruing quite a bit of armor here. So it will take Lovely Lots some time, I think, to chew through all this nonsense and really make the most use of it. Gosh, those guys are getting big.
Yeah, and here's the thing. They don't even have to play that really cheap or free Corridor Creeper this turn. They can just save it for the big reload.
Now, if I know Lovely Lots, they are going to play it.
Well, sure, I don't mind, because you even have the reload to the reload. You have Spiteful Summoner and Bone Bear.
The Spiteful Summoner is just massive here. Team Liquid, I mean, they have to brawl this spot.
There's 3 good targets for Brawl for Lovey Lots and 3 good targets for Team Liquid. So this is a 50-50 Brawl for a good outcome.
Wow.
Good outcome for Team Liquid. The best outcome.
But now Spiteful Summoner. Oh boy, turn off with the Corridor Creeper. Spiteful Summoner here can be quite powerful. Again, we saw Dino Size and Lovey
Both
Lots
call to arms are used. Dino Size!
Oh my gosh. This is insane.
Give me a Tyrion.
Yes! What? Are you kidding?
Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
That is insane. That's not fair.
Let's listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was cool. Come on, that was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, we'll play
That was
career.
cool.
That was not
That
cool
was
at all.
cool.
though.
That was really cool.
You know what? Cool. Winning is cool.
Yeah, that's true, but that was pretty
Getting
cool.
a 6-mana Tyrion is it's not really cool. Unless you're the guy who plays it, right? Then it's kind of cool.
I don't know, I still think that's kind of cool. This comes up a lot. Yeah, you were right.
So I'm pretty confident we play the Bone Mare to add enough pressure because of.
I think we Bone Mare and we hit them a lot.
Yeah.
You want to do it on the 1-1?
1-1.
Yeah, I want to do it on the 1-1.
Yep. Same.
Then if they AoE...
If they AoE and then sleep, you're thinking, Slay? But
The other play, if you want, we could
make an 8-8, right? The other way?
Well, another thing we could do is if you care about AoE, we could trade 4-4-1-1 Rallying Blade.
I do not care about
Let's
AoE.
Bone Mare this 1-1 and push
And hit 'em.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's AoE?
You guys got horse noises?
I don't have any on me right now, sorry.
This is an easy one. You do the... Yeah, there we go.
That's kind of how they're feeling
That's
right
more of a
now.
Murloc. That was the early... There we go. That's
What kind of noise is this?
I don't think that's an animal muzz. That might be a muzzy, I guess.
All right, they
There's
touched.
very few things that make that
they
noise.
touched the something on the left, and then they touched something on the right. They might have a second Drake.
Yeah.
I think they might have a second Drake.
Do we take another one?
Well, we take yes.
Well, I mean, how much do we want to commit to the board here? We got
A lot.
Okay.
Kill them so they're dead, right?
Do we take another one? We don't take another one.
Okay.
Let's not
okay.
get an
Do we take a
anomalous.
creeper? Do we take
Let's
a creeper?
not roll an
Wait.
anomalous and lose.
Do we
okay?
take a creeper?
Yeah, we take the corridor.
So we take Rallying Blade, trade.
Yes.
With our face and a 5/3.
Yeah.
The Murloc one? Because it's taunted, so we don't want to let them hit it, right? It is a Murloc, though.
Wait, why do we care about them?
I don't care much, but yeah, okay.
We trade Bone Mare.
Trade Bone
Rallying
Mare,
Blade.
Rallying Blade, play a creeper.
Play creeper, not rip anomalous off that guy to lose the game. Sound good?
You want to use Aldor?
No.
No.
Bone Mare Rallying Blade.
Aldor should be good later. Yeah. If somehow this game goes later.
I want to play this creeper.
Really need to stick it in people's mind. The creeper is what won the game.
Okay, that's a good point. Voldemort, you mean?
Yeah, Voldemort.
Give him
So
the
the
V.
Liz card.
Yeah. That's because of that knife juggler. It debated. Oh, that's good.
Alright,
we
jam
can
that.
only play this. We can actually execute after.
Yeah, we're playing Brawl, right?
Yeah, we're playing Brawl
Yeah.
Playing
for
Brawl
sure.
here. Go ahead and just jam it right now.
What do we want to survive?
4-2 to survive.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Then
We're
we can just
executing it,
play
right?
this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not very good. All right, Blood Razor. Do we Blood Razor?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Blood Razor swing face.
Yeah.
That's not very good.
Man, we would just armor and
Punch it if you
execute.
want.
We would be
Should we
fine.
punch it?
We're gonna die if we punch it.
Yeah, we're gonna die if we punch. We can punch it next turn, and then we can Drake next turn. Yeah.
Job done.
Oh man, that was painful.
The wrong Drake.
Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty confident they have another Drake. Smiteful Summoner, rip Alec here.
You want a Spiteful hero power?
Yeah. Oh, I have a better idea. Let's rip Charge Devil's Sword for lethal. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
do that.
Wait, does that cost 9?
It costs 8. What do you mean?
Oh, I was thinking of the Hunter one.
Oh, they're really getting upset.
It's upsetting.
What?
Sounds awful.
GG, dude. GGI was the Tyrion. Smiley face.
All right, boys, we tried.
We're still alive. Just go 5-5.
No, the 1/1 dies to the AoE that they need to live. They can't swing in now because we have a taunt. They could have hit our face to do 3 AoE. We're thinking they might have sleep, but if they sleep, they die. If they go Drake, they don't die if they Drake sleep, I guess.
Let's hero power.
Let's hero power. Okay. So they need Drake sleep.
They have it kind of a lot.
You're good at this stuff. So
Yeah, they do.
You're very good at this stuff.
Thank you.
I'm learning.
So, deck building.
Double call, double tiering.
Deck building.
Deck building.
That's the narrative here.
Yeah.
That's what we're sticking with.
We built our decks.
We built them.
They are built.
Build them.
It's not the quest. That's not the quest.
Do we have lethal?
That's kind of what I meant with the 3/3, by the way, but it's all good.
It still attacks for 3.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
What do you mean?
My bad.
Okay, is that
wait,
lethal?
That's
lethal.
So wait.
Dino-size the 1/1. It's very easy lethal.
Dino-size the Tyrion for style and trade it into the 2/7, and then 5/4.
Size the 1/1.
Just do it.
How do I do it?
Just
Is this?
Just
You like
do
this?
it.
Yeah. Well, no. Hold on.
Just do it.
Yeah. And 10/10 into the 2/7. I wanted style points.
Just do it.
I kill him with the creeper last. It was all his efforts today.
Yeah. Thank you, Voldemort.
New cards are sweet.
I love
Your boy
these cards.
Voldemort.
We good? We Gucci?
I love Hearthstone.
Hey.
What's up?
Are you kidding me? 2 Tyrions off the back-to-back Dino-size summons. The Team Love You Lots takes a victory 6-1 over Team Liquid. Wow.
That is insane. That was nuts. And honestly, you do have to credit Corridor Creeper for a few of their wins. It was just like absolutely destructive amounts of tempo that they were getting from that card. But there is no denying that 2 Tyrions had at least a role in this final game.
Team Love You Lots has put the rest of the 3 teams on notice about some of their deck building choices. You can't get comfortable with them in the pick and ban strategies and the deck builds themselves. And also because they've concealed the rest of their deck list. They only showed 2 classes today in Rogue and Paladin. And they have plenty of other tricks up their sleeves, if you ask me.
I totally agree with you. That is what I would consider an advantage to them because there's no telling what the rest of these are. They lost 1 game today. They went 6-1 overall, and it is a phenomenal performance for them. I really can't stress enough how important Corridor Creeper is. If you haven't crafted them, just go make 2.
I really want to know who's the one whose idea to put it into their decks. And we'll line them up for an interview with TJ in just a moment here. But just again, a quick recap. First 3 games went to Team LUL in very big victories, most notably being able to defeat the Druid game 2 and then win the Rogue Mirror in game 3. And I think at that point, the series was all about whether or not Team Liquid can catch up. And they just really couldn't. They won 1 game and fell over.
Yeah, and as much as we're talking about Corridor Creeper, remember that Call to Arms was part of the fuel that happened for this card as well. I mean, this summoning 3 minions from the deck.
Yes.
This increases the density of draw for Team Love You Lots. No longer these 1 and 2 drops in here. The second one's doing the exact same thing, and it's getting juggles in this situation. It's pulling out the Murlocs to buff. This card had everything that they wanted in this particular game.
I do want to give credit to Admirable, who was telling me how insane he thinks Paladin can be in this expansion. He was telling me that he thinks this is a class that people are sleeping on a lot. And we were talking about it yesterday, and I think I tip my cap to you. You're completely right. This is definitely something that we weren't paying attention to. We talked about Priest, we talked about Druid, maybe even some of the Warlock and Mage cards, but Paladin definitely puts the rest of people on notice as well. And I couldn't be more excited to see what's going to happen in day 2. Remember, as we mentioned, teams are allowed to change their deck lists. Unlimited card change. They can change all 270 cards if they want for day 2 and going to day 3. And the advantage that you get for winners bracket is that you start off the series with a match victory. So you essentially can get up to, additional self-ban for the class, which helps you narrow down the field of what you need to win with. So let's get ready to go into the interview with TJ over at Trinity tonight. How'd you enjoy that series, TJ?
That was a good one. And I'm joined here by Love You Lots after a pretty nice victory. And I have to ask right off the bat, whose idea was it? Who's taking credit for the Corridor Creeper? Who's the Corridor Creeper gamer?
Number 1's actually Ike.
Isn't it?
I mean,
Ike? Okay.
We were going to test it, but he's the one who kind of insisted on it first, I would say.
So the card dump came out, and it made kind of like a short list of cards to watch. We didn't have much time to test it before we flew out. kind of just thought, yeah, this could be something. We landed, we tested the day it came out. I played a lot with Zalay. I played a lot with Amnesiac, so shout out to him too.
I was on a flight.
He was on a flight.
Great job, Muzzy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it was, sort of all of us collectively decided this is a powerful effect. Ike really kind of put it in decks, beat up Zalay a lot, and Zalay was happy about it.
He played it about twice, and we just started giggling for the rest of our play testing.
Yeah,
Right.
0 mana cards are funny.
Yeah. And, I was kind of disappointed because every single set, the one thing I look forward to the most is you guys' card review. Chalky and Muzzy's and
it would have gotten a 4 if you're wondering.
Oh, yeah.
4 across the board.
And you tweeted, you said, well, I'm not doing the card review because we're keeping things secret, but it worked out because you guys had a tech that I don't think many people were expecting. And also, congratulations because you guys win best decks of the day, so you each win 1 golden nugget.
Oh.
So pass them down.
I'm so happy.
1 golden nugget each. Congratulations.
Pass it down.
Amazing.
Wait, is there chocolate in it?
No, it's completely hollow.
It's a real golden nugget.
It's a real golden nugget.
I could probably take this
hollow.
apart right now.
That's
hollow.
No, just don't show that. No, that's okay. The Trinity Series secrets. But how much prep did you guys put in before the event took place? Because of course, 24 hours is not really enough. How much theory crafting went in? Did you guys have soft deck lists before you even came into the tournament?
We actually had more than that. We actually played some games of basically, fake stone.
Hearthstone RL.
You can write out cards and simulate the RNG, and you can play some games. So we did that online.
I play my 0 mana 5/5.
That's exactly how
that didn't happen because that was part of the last set. But I play my Spiteful Summoner and then
Get Tyrion twice.
So you go to the Google sheet.
Yeah.
And there's a Google sheet for 8 drops, and you're like, all right, I got. And Muzzy's like, best one, and I'm like, you're lying, dude. But
I got the best one.
Yeah.
We just got Tyrion. Just like Zalay did twice.
So yeah, we actually played. We tried our hardest to go above and beyond in prep. Theory crafting kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It goes a ways, but we're wrong on a lot more than we're right. So we actually wanted to play around with cards. It's tough to say how much it helped us so far. Obviously, Corridor Creeper was kind of like a later thing that didn't happen until we were here yesterday. Yeah.
All right. Well, last question. This is sort of a two-parter, and you all can chime in. But you saw the match before, you guys, Virtus Pro versus Complexity. Virtus Pro won. It was a really close one. After seeing that match, how do you feel? And then about who your next opponent is, about Virtus Pro. And then, do you think that feeling is going to change, considering they can change decks?
Yeah, I mean, the deck resubmission really throws a wrench in things. We all kind of agreed. Yeah, I think every player in the tournament comes in thinking, man, I wish nobody could resubmit. Our decks are sweet. And then obviously half the teams lose, half the teams win. Somebody goes 0-2, somebody goes 2-0, and it's kind of like the feelings change. So I'd say if you win, the resubmit isn't a great thing because obviously your decks did well. But I don't know. We obviously will go back to the hotel, talk about a lot of things, look at their games.
Yeah.
Luckily, we only showed 2 decks. That was nice.
Showing 2 decks was pretty good. They only saw, our Paladin deck and our Rogue deck. Those decks were pretty similar to, past meta decks, so it's really nice that they don't get to see what else we have in store.
They got to see the Creeper, but there's more behind the scenes.
You guys got 18 Corridor Creepers?
We tried.
Not quite.
You tried?
We tried. We fell short.
Yeah, we tried.
Unlucky. But congratulations, guys. Look forward to seeing your match against Virtus Pro in the winner's match. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the coming days. It's going to be cool. But for now, let's go ahead and send it back over to the desk with Aaron Bull and Frodan to close out the show.
A little round of applause for Team Love You Lot's dominant performance today. And a nice thing, too, considering that, we do have some people who want to go home for the day. If it was going to last another 5-hour match, Team Love You Lots and Team Liquid would have been here till 9 p.m. Then we had to call them back in less than 12 hours for the show for the next day. Here's a little recap of what happened in case you missed it all. If you're tuning in just now, you missed quite a day of Hearthstone.
Yeah, indeed you did. Virtus Pro took it 6 games to 4 over Complexity. It was a back-and-forth match until Virtus Pro was able to break serve. And then Love You Lots showing off some of their special technology. Corridor Creeper pounds through this match 6-1 in a dominant performance in day one.
Yeah. Complexity and Team Liquid will be the first match of day number 2 tomorrow, and then we will have a Virtus Pro versus Love You Lots. And then we'll find out what ends up happening for the remainder of the tournament from day 2 and day 3. That's right. It's going to be 3 days of competition, and we couldn't be happier to bring you guys a great series of action very short after Kobolds and Catacombs. So a big thank you to Twitch, ESL, and Intel for help bringing this program together for Trinity Series. We have a lot of fun. Honestly, the teams really carry it for us. What was your final thoughts of the day?
I think some of my favorite moments today were just seeing the dino size, seeing all the technology come out, and seeing how Rin came so close to succeeding, but not quite. Who's going to be the first player to unlock that quest?
That's right. So hope you guys have enjoyed the release of Kobolds and Catacombs so far. This has been day 1 of the Trinity Series. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, we get right back at the action. So from Burbank, California, from Frodian, Admirable, and TJ, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
You guys seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.